Sabenwrought, the dark eternal, unfurls before you, stretching endlessly into the abyss. Its twisted form writhes and contorts, shifting seamlessly between the corporeal and the ethereal, melting into a vast expanse of storm-wrought purple clouds. You fall, plummeting into the unknown, but your descent is not your sole concern. The ground is far beneath you, distant, unreachable for now. What looms ahead is far more pressing. The clouds of Sabenwrought begin to churn and coalesce once more, an ominous shape emerging from their swirling depths. A colossal, clenched fist begins to solidify with a terrifying finality. It launches itself towards you. What do you do?
I sort of fall back on all fours, but I have one of my arms out forward, and I'm holding what looks to be concentration as embers and coal starts to culminate in my palm. And then as I get more focused and angry, the coal gets hotter, and then sparks of tendrils of fire and energy shoot from my fingers toward Sabenwrought.
Sabenwrought.
Man.
The enormous fist launches towards you, and you, in return, send out this huge magical sort of explosion. It strikes the fist, turning the fist from a physical form back into that of a cloud. This monstrous form of Sabenwrought, ever shifting, coalesces once again, a sort of maelstrom of chaos, and from within the writhing tempest, an enormous grotesque face begins to take shape. Its features are indistinct but malevolent.
You insignificant mortal.
It booms. Its voice is like dark thunder. It reverberates through your very bones.
It is but a fleeting moment before you are crushed beneath the weight of eternity.
With a cavernous roar, its mouth gapes open wide, and a torrent of golden energy swirls within. It coalesces into a blinding beam of raw, destructive power. The beam surges forward, striking you with brutal force. The searing heat of the blast scorching your skin, superheating the air around you. Recovering, floating once again, you have the option to do something else. What do you do?
I will look down, and after the searing chaos vomit it sort of drips off of me, I sort of straighten my back, and I stand up tall, and as I do, I heal myself. Can I do that?
You
I'm
can
do that.
Yeah.
Want to heal myself?
Yeah, the healing spell pops off. Your burns begin to recover over your skin. The burned hair and stuff grows back. The clothing doesn't. Still partially ignited.
Okay. And then I will I think I'm gonna try to fly into its mouth farther, but I want to fly as fast as I can so I could like spear through it.
Yeah, you begin flying faster and faster, heading towards this enormous maelstrom of clouds. Sabenwrought materializes two giant fists this time. They come crashing down onto the table. The table? Yes, the table underneath you. The world is a table. The world is a table? Sabenwrought says,
"It's time to pay your bar tab. Thanks for dinner, by the way."
Olwyn, you awaken with a start. Groggily, your eyes focus on the red-haired girl in front of you. Beyond her is the Jesters' Barrel tavern in Eldessa. Another strange dream, but thankfully no Sabenwrought, the Dark Eternal. Just the promise of adventure and a hangover. Welcome to Vaefall in the world of Myre. Vaefall is a warm continent. It is similar to our Mediterranean climate found on the south side of Myre's equator. The year is 12033 NC. And Vaefall is divided in 4 ways. The southern lowland of Vaefall is controlled by the country of Felsenhort. It's a sort of collection of coastal towns between 2 major cities, Old and New Runenstein, ruled over by the Nexus Assembly. This is the only place on all of Myre where one might mine the rare mineral Bloomstone, refined later into the powerful synthetic magic crystal known as Vianthracite. Following the map northwards, one would find themselves within No Man's Land, which is sort of a vast expanse of dry, arid shrubland, peppered with settlements, the wondrous Sonnentor, the great lake known as Vaefall's Heart, as well as the Blighted Lands, which is home to the mysterious rift, a twisted hole into unreality and a tear that leads into the void. At the northern edge of No Man's Land is the Fringe, which is a dangerous wild land home to some of the continent's most powerful monsters. And beyond that are our next 2 kingdoms. To the west is Invictus Concordia, which is an imperial empire expanding rapidly under the rule of a powerful emperor commanding a mighty army of brutish fighters, devil-bound warlocks, and unwavering loyalty. And across the Titan's Crown Mountains to the east is where we come to this side quest. It's where this side quest is going to begin. The Kingdom of Aurora, which is an idyllic and sort of dynamic land of green fields and flower-filled meadows, deep woods, glittering rivers. It is the oldest kingdom on Vaefall, and it's ruled over by the Royal Celestia family. Aurora is home to the esteemed Silverbrook Magic Academy, the mysterious Elder Grove, and the vibrant capital of Eldessa, where our story is setting up. King Edmar Vel Celestia VII is sitting healthy at 64 and will celebrate his Silver Jubilee in 3 days. And the city is preparing itself for the festival and is as alive as it has ever been, with merchants preparing for the Royal Gala, taverns sort of bursting with tourists from all across Vaefall, and adventurers who are claiming bountiful quests from every guild under the gold rush of preparation. We set our side quest in a tavern, of course. The Jester's Barrel, which is the largest tavern in Eldessa. It is sort of sitting on a picturesque spot overlooking Lake Celestia. There is a swinging sign above the door which features a laughing jester balancing upon a barrel. There are coloured pennants that are fluttering in the late spring breeze. And Holwyn, as you blink your eyes open from a groggy nap, there is a sort of a smell of old beer and overcooked meats and oak wood that fills your nostrils. And before you, the Jester's Barrel is filling up with locals and travellers and adventurers. The table directly ahead of you seats a different 3 individuals from when you fell asleep. So, let's introduce our characters. Halwyn, what do the other 3 see? And other 3, what does Halwyn see?
So Halwyn is just a typical halfling. He's a short man with big eyes. He's got a shirt that is too big for him, that he wears. Usually sleeves are over his hands. He has distinct features. He's got 1 brown eye and 1 green. He also has mismatched socks, that are looks like they've been cast onto him. And he's got an old vest that has patches on it, and a backpack that is like a traveler's pouch that is just sort of, I think it's set on the chair, not necessarily like. Actually, no, I think it's in his lap. Like, if you were like to wait for at the train station or something, and you're like guarding your stuff. I think that's what's happening. He's got his knapsack or his traveling pouch, and he's just sort of been. I think he was probably sleeping like that, over it. The things, the pockets are accessible to anyone who wanted to just grab things from them. He had it facing outward, but I think he was sort of like snuggling against the pouch. But besides that, he's got a messy hair, and he's got a wide tooth grin, and that's pretty much it. That's Halwyn.
Yeah, the other three.
Nondescript, level 1 piece of crap,
Level 1 piece of crap. Okay.
That's right, that's me.
What about the other level 1 pieces of crap? Who wants to go first? What about the one that interrupted the wonderful dream?
I have this crazy unruly orange hair. It's kind of everywhere. There's like twigs and things stuck in it in the back, and sometimes people will stick things in it just to annoy me. I seem to be wearing some sort of like uniform. Like I'm quite short and young looking, and I'm wearing this black blazer with these big shoulder pads and all of this white regal shirts and things. A lot of people in the area would probably recognize as my sort of uniform. And I'm furiously writing in a notebook, and the notebook looks kind of fresh and new. There's not really much in it, but there's lots of little notes and little sketches and drawings. I seem to be sat at this table guarding my backpack right now, which is full of things. There's like ropes attached to the side. It looks like every inch the traveler's quintessential backpack that you just bought from down the road in the Traveler's Essentials shop. So I have that with me, and I'm kind of sat at this table with these two guys, kind of a little bit jittery, a little bit looking around, a little bit nervous. And that's it. Eating my little snacks.
Yeah, these two guys. Which one of you wants to introduce yourselves to everyone next?
Well, I am sitting on one side of the school uniformed young lady. Is a average height, very attractive and hilarious elf who is enjoying a glass of wine and studying the
White or red?
Red.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
Too harsh.
And studying the sleeping patron on the table, now awoken. I'd say he's wearing fine clothing, if not new, still fine. And he has an air of annoying confidence about him. And that's it.
Okay. And lastly,
You see before you an orc from the fringes. My skin a dewy gray, like orcs of the Forgotten Realms. However, dappled with this yellow ochre, making a mottled appearance to my look. I have what appears to be a perpetual sneer to my face, as well as my tusks jut for position in the corners of my mouth. I've got a silver top knot, and I'm wearing a set of leathers. Nothing fashionable, functional, for survival.
Halwyn, you awaken, sitting at your table. I don't know if you've been drinking all day or all morning, or if you were just sleepy.
Well, it's I was probably because I was traveling for a long time. I had to travel about like a day and a half worth of traveling last night just to get here. I didn't want to stay another night out in the wild or on the road, so I pushed it a little bit harder than I needed to, and I'm now here. So I was pretty tired. I mean, it was... so I had a drink, but it wasn't enough to probably be, passed out or to be... I mean, I've got a little bit of a hangover, okay? But it's not substantial. I've also rested a lot of it off. But, yeah, I would have probably... the glass that is in front of me, the stein, has maybe some remnants of the dregs of an ale. But, yeah, that's it. I'm sort of just trying to... I'm sorry, am I sitting in the... Did I take someone's seat? I didn't mean to fall asleep here.
Oh, no. You just, I don't know if you remember, like, before you fell asleep, you said you'd buy us all dinner, because, we all got talking. And what's your name again?
I'm Hallwyn. I'm Hallwyn.
Oh, right, of course.
Yes.
Hallwyn. Yeah, we know Hallwyn,
Yeah,
right, Rickard?
right.
Hallwyn.
Halloween, our good friend. We do appreciate the meal.
Hi.
Yeah. It was really nice of you to offer to pay for us. I hope you can afford it. Can you afford it?
I did this. I said that I'd pay for you, right? I don't remember them.
I just finished devouring my shank.
What? What was it?
My friend Gautier has a
Sir.
large appetite for his large muscles.
Okay. All right. I was probably questioning the, me actually paying until I probably saw Got, and then I went, okay. I went, all right, what was it? Is this a tab that, is there food already on the table? Like, have you already
So
started
some
digging
scraps,
into?
I think. There's, a little bit of
We
meat.
finished.
There's a little
It's just like a
bits.
meal has happened and I've been sleeping through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess you kind of slept through it all, so you can have some of my meat if you want. But I mean, you did buy it for me, so maybe I should just eat it.
Nightstick?
I had a green
okay.
mistra salad. It was delicious.
Okay, I remember. I think I saw that on the menu. And that was expensive, right? Was that one of the top salads they had?
Yes, of course. Only the best.
Good. But did it taste? Was it worth it? Does it taste worth it?
It was okay.
Okay. Well, all right. And what did you have? The guy.
He's kind of still
Don't
eating.
talk to him while he's eating.
Yeah,
All right. That's
he
fine.
gets kind of
I
mean.
get that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go pay for this.
Eating.
And
Yeah,
you
and
just-
then come back and we can we can finish our conversation
Right.
when you're
Okay.
back here.
All right. I'll do that. Okay. I go.
What was his name again? Howin. Wait, let me write that down. Okay, look.
I think he's going to
here's the
leave
thing.
without paying.
No, he wouldn't. No, look at him. He's adorable. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Did you see? He's got this dagger, but it's in his backpack instead of on his side. He doesn't even know he's supposed to put it on his side.
Right, of course. That's exactly where you keep a dagger, so
I have
everyone
left the
can
bag.
see
The bag
the
is on the
glorious
table.
hilt.
Yeah, well, maybe yours, because you're a show-off. That's a really good way of getting things stolen,
That's right,
is displaying them all pretty like that. Is it like
Thank you.
gold encrusted and like really nice?
It has, yes, it has a nice jewel in it.
Your dagger or mine?
His
Mine.
dagger. Yeah.
Oh.
And you're at the bar.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I was thinking, how, we kind of went on a couple of little quests, and they didn't really go very
Right.
well because that the thing with
I'm
the
not
thing that broke.
Sure
that,
about that.
we didn't get paid, so that doesn't really constitute a success, I would say. But I was thinking maybe if we had someone else to come with us, then maybe it would go better. I don't know.
He looks helpless.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he can do. Perhaps we ask him.
Yeah, okay. Well, we could interview him and maybe figure out what his skills are. Because you're good at lying a lot and also saying things you don't mean. And you're good at really.
I don't believe he's ever said a lie in his life.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you're
Without
both good
him.
at lots of things, so maybe we can figure out what he's good at.
Oh, he's back.
Hey. All right.
Hello.
Everything's paid for. Aye.
Was it actually paid for? Because
I think so.
you actually
Yeah, how
need
much
to
was-
pay for it in
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna have to
campaign.
pay for it.
We are keeping track of money
We
for
are
the first
We are
time ever.
keeping track of money, quite literally for the first time ever in anything I have ever GM'd in my life. Let's have a look at what you ordered from the Jester's Barrel.
Let's take a look at whatever
You guys,
ordered.
what did you say you had? You had
A salad.
a salad. I don't know where you
The
got
most
that.
Definitely on the
expensive
menu.
salad.
The most
No,
expensive
there we go.
salad.
Okay, so that's 15 silver pieces.
A bottle of red wine, probably 2 between us.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right.
And the
so
boar's
that's-
head.
And an entire boar's head.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
so that's 2 gold, and an entire boar's head
Right.
is probably pretty expensive too. 3 gold, let's say 5 gold, 15 silver pieces, so 6 gold, 5 silver. I'd be surprised if you even have that. You're level 1.
ran up your tab.
I've got tons of money.
Oh, he's got loads of money. Okay, well, that's fine.
Loads
Please
of
continue.
money.
Don't let me
I was
interrupt.
gonna buy more stuff and never did.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. So I've got, well, now I don't, but I did have lots of money.
All right.
And then how much silver was it? It was
5 silver.
6.
Wait,
Silver.
yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I put down a number. It's 50. Yeah, okay. I've done
Yeah,
enough.
I think that's
I've
right.
done enough.
You had some off
seven-
menu. You had some off menu stuff, but
Yeah,
yeah.
6 gold, 5 silver.
Yep.
Good, great. Yeah, that's what I paid for. I come back. I look a little bummed. But I mean, and how much was my drink? I probably had a meal. I probably had a feast. I probably broke the bank last night because I treated myself. So I'm gonna probably just put down another gold piece. Is that cool? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Well,
Alright,
what
great.
about second breakfast? Sorry.
What about
You're
it?
back at the table now, yes?
I'm here. Yeah. Did you? What did I miss something? Is there something? Did you want something else? Was there
No,
another order that I
you know
missed?
what? We didn't really get to know you all that well. So, are you an adventurer, or what brings you here?
I mean, aren't we all? Are we all adventurers?
So,
Yeah.
well, we were thinking, what sort of skills do you have?
Oh, well, I mean,
Yes.
I could read.
No, I mean-
Second skill.
Thank you. I could tie my shoes.
Yes, but like,
I could talk. People like me. People seem to like me a bit.
Well, what about that dagger in your backpack? Can you use that?
Yeah, I could use. Well, yeah. I mean, if you guys
What?
need something cut, I could probably cut it. If you
Well,
need
have
me to
you
poke
used
something.
it before?
No, why would I know? No,
Okay,
no one
let
really
me-
wants to fight me, right? Why
let
would
me
I
paint a
do that?
word picture for you there, little one.
Okay.
What if we were on a quest for a very rich person who has promised to give us a lot of money, and we ran into a few goblins? Would you be able to assist us?
Are you recruiting me? Am I being
I'm
recruited?
simply asking a question here.
Are you? Are you?
Well, I mean, maybe we should go. Maybe this was a bad idea.
Well, hey, whoa! This isn't a
Are
bad
you or
idea.
you not
This
looking
is.
for work?
It's a perfectly fine question. What was the question? I got excited. One more time.
Could you
if
handle
were-
yourself if there
course.
was trouble?
Right. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I've known to handle myself in places and times. I traveled here. I'm trying to go to. I'm going to be. I'm an aspiring student.
Hey, God.
That's
Why don't you just? Why don't you
So
do that thing you did where you like intimidated that one guy
Get the
and you like scared him?
magic and things,
See what he does.
and try to actually, help
Hmm?
when I can. But I think there's
I flip the table over and stare at him.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
What can you do,
Sorry.
puny man?
I didn't. I'm sorry. Did I what? What can I do?
How long can you hold your breath underwater for?
Oh, that's a good question.
You know what? I've never tried. Let's
Very
start
good.
right now. Ready? Oh.
Well, you're not underwater.
Put your
What do you
nose
do?
under. Put your finger under his nose, quickly.
Okay.
There you go. Let's see here. Uh-huh.
Don't spit on me, please. This is expensive uniform.
Going
I smack him in the tummy.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry,
I
didn't
don't
mean to.
know.
I did not mean to spit on you. That wasn't me. That's practically his. He did it. I didn't.
It was all
30
right.
seconds
Perhaps
is
we
quite
could
the
work with that.
feat.
Well, I mean, look,
How long
you
was
had
that?
you had money,
How did I do?
right? I don't think anyone was
I
timing.
had money, yeah, but then I spent it all.
Right. Well, you must have made it somehow. Well, how did you make the money?
Savings.
How often
Savings.
do you find yourself staring death in the face?
Yes. Answer.
Often? How often? Not.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, Halwyn.
Okay.
The
good.
adventures
I'm
we
glad
go
I haven't
on
lied
are
to you yet. I don't know.
Very
well, I would-
important. People could get very hurt. So you have to be prepared. Are you the kind of adventurer that is here for glory? To have your name written in songs? Do you have what it takes to join us?
I think I could. I think I
Well,
could.
I've got an
Poor
offer for
Scrooge.
you then. Oh no, I've got an offer for you. This is going to be great. We're going to make all the money you spent today on food and much more. Trust me. Now, all we have to do is get a quest, and how we get quests is...
How you get quests is kind of how you get everything in Vaefall. There is a massive economy around questing for adventurers. There are many guilds, and they're not all in this city, but they are all around. It is the only way that you can receive XP. In order to level up, you must take quests from one of the guilds. If you build up enough renown or XP with one guild or another, you'll be able to unlock sort of different quests that are guild-specific quests. Bigger and better quests that are worth more XP, and location-specific quests, things like that. You won't get any XP from just fighting stuff. If you went outside now and just sort of killed someone, you wouldn't get the XP for killing a commoner. You only can get XP for sort of completion of quests and handing them in. There are quests that you can take from the sort of generic guilds around. The biggest and most sort of general guild that operates in Vaefall is called Foundation. And that is your classic MMO quest giver Sidequest guild. But there are specific ones like the Fighters Guild or the Mages Guild or the Healers Guild. And then even more specific ones. There are hidden guilds and criminal syndicates and evil guilds that will need to be discovered to gain access to. And usually those guilds offer higher rewards for completed quests. Most people in the world here are sort of level 0. You guys are level 1 because you've worked for at least one guild in some form of a training capacity. you will have been trained by one of the guilds to become an adventurer, and then you earned your adventuring license and your certificates and your sort of proof of recognition that you have official paperwork and that you're a guild recognized adventurer working within Vaefall. And I think all of you are very new to it, which is why you're level 1. Yeah, in some cases you'll get gold. In some places you'll be able to do quests for people in exchange for items and stuff like that. But generally speaking, that's how guilds work. It's a massive network here. As you sort of vaguely explain this, I don't know, because I'm assuming that I don't suddenly appear at the table, but someone does.
The server.
The server. There is a sort of a very young elf who has so far today probably served your table once or twice, standing behind you, and looking down at the overturned table and the cups and plates and knives and forks, candle on the ground, tapping her foot. She says, "Are you going to get this, or am I going to have to clean up after you?"
What?
She's looking at Got.
Huh? Oh, he's paying for it. It's on his tab, right?
You are going to pay for this table?
It's on my tab. It's on my tab. I paid for it.
She looks the table over. Is the table broken?
No.
You sure about that?
I did not intend to break it.
Okay.
However, in my effort, if I did, so be it.
Make me a dexterity check.
Oh, no. I forgot about the table being flipped.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect. That's good.
Is the first thing you rolled a natural 1?
Yep.
It wasn't.
Is the first roll of the campaign a fucking natural 1?
Yes, it was.
Myre, did your
On a dexterity check from a ranger?
Over?
Yes, it was.
Myre, we had one agreement, and it was that you wouldn't carry over Sia's bullshit.
What can I say?
That is unbelievable. The table
Very
is
impressive.
completely split in half. That entire conversation happened, and the table is in half.
Table's been in 2 pieces. Okay, good.
She says, "I hope that you have the money to pay for this."
How much are tables?
Seems like a cheap table to me.
Let's find out how much.
Darling, I'm sure there's some sort of arrangement we could come to.
Oh.
Right. Is there something we and my party can do? Oh, I'm sorry. Is this a you thing? You talk there.
I gesture towards.
Just
Go ahead.
just
Sorry.
let him do the talking.
Oh, yeah.
It's better that way. Just let it get it out of his system.
Do I know this? Elf?
Do you
At all?
frequent this tavern? I imagine
I would
there
I
isn't.
think we probably do.
Yeah, I would imagine you probably do. Yeah, this is Sable Winterleaf. She is. Yeah, I don't know if you know her that well. I guess it's up to you. Do you know her that well, or do you just know her from around in the bars?
Yeah, I think
and
I
pubs?
maybe know her name. I don't think I know her well.
Yeah.
I think she's probably served us a couple of times.
She seems like the type of person who, you know, when you meet someone who is just not interested in anything.
Yeah.
She's like one of those, but she sort of does her job, you know. Even this, you get the sense that she's not even that bothered about the table being broken, and that she's just sort of doing it because it's part of her responsibilities for the Jester's Barrel.
Right. It's Sable. Darling, I'm sure there's some sort of arrangement we could come to that,
There is.
satisfies all parties.
Yes, there is. You will have to pay for the table.
There's something else we could do. It doesn't
how much is a table worth? She shouts towards the bar. There's a sort of an older gentleman there, a human, probably in his 60s, and he is a retired court jester who used to work for the previous king. He's sort of wearing like colorful patchwork clothing, but it's sort of partly a jester's outfit and partly like a typical bar keep outfit. And around his neck, he's got this absolutely enormous sort of gold pendant in the shape of a jester's mask. And he still has his jester's hat on that sort of jingles as he turns to one side and he says, "A table? Let's see. About 10 gold, I reckon." 10 gold.
10 gold.
10 gold.
Not to mention the fact that there is food and drink all over the floor and these candles, so we will call it 11.
He's got the tab for it, right?
There's what you do talking, right?
Maybe there's something else we could do to pay for it.
I know. How about... You know what's more valuable than gold? Sable, it's favors.
She gives you a filthy look.
Now, don't look at me that way. I'll fall in love. Now, what if we offered you a favor in exchange for, say, letting this whole thing go? Now, I know what you're thinking. What is a favor really good for from a group of young adventurers like this? Well, you never know. What if this place comes into a bit of trouble? Who are you going to call?
Wulfric.
Well, you could call your good friends.
Says
who owe you
Wulfric and
something.
points immediately to the half giant at the door. There's a half giant that's basically a bouncer.
Right. Well, Wulfric is going to be busy. His duty's here. What if the trouble is elsewhere? It would be good to have some allies, don't you think?
Do you know who owns this place? He is friends with the king. Do you think we need help from you? What are you suggesting? You would like to perhaps, clear the basement of rats?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Is that
Yeah.
worth the table?
Yeah, that would be great.
That's fine.
Aldo? Yeah? Do we have rats in the basement? No, there was a group that came in yesterday, broke a table. Okay, do we have a job for these people? They cannot pay for the table. Warehouse. The warehouse has got trouble. The warehouse?
Oh, the warehouse. Yeah, we could help. What kind of trouble?
Who wants to roll me a d6
Affiliated.
to find out?
Are they affiliated with this place? Because if
Ooh,
we help
this
the
is a
warehouse, are they
challenge.
gonna pay for us?
No, not Myre. Not Myre.
I hope Myre never rolls again. Actually,
I've got it. No!
4.
4. Let's have a look what I have set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. She says, it is filled with baboons and weasels.
baboons and weasels. That's no problem for us. My friend Gotti here can handle that on his own. With our support, it should be not an issue at all.
You are able
Right.
to deal with baboon and weasels?
What's a baboon? What's a baboon?
There was a traveling circus that came through. You remember? It was
Yes?
disaster. And the creatures
was
are
not very
still
funny.
running rampant. They keep trying to eat all
very
of our food
entertaining.
in our warehouse down in the docks district. You want to deal with it?
And
that'll
that
pay
will
for the
clear
table?
up our...
Sorry.
If they deal with the baboons and the weasels, it will be enough, Baldo? Oh yeah, that'd be great, yeah. If you could deal with the baboons and the weasels, don't worry about that table. Okay, he says it is okay. If they do not do it, Baldo, Wulfric will break all their legs. Okay. Wulfric will break your
Fine.
legs if you do not complete this task.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like my legs.
Wolfric and I are quite good friends, actually, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, where is this warehouse?
It is in the dogs district. Wait here.
Dogs.
I will get you a key. And she,
The Dogs District.
the docks district. She walks away from the table.
God heard it as dogs.
And okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, so the city is sort of divided into 5 districts. There's Eldessa town, which is just sort of the everyday area. There's housing there, but there's also like varying sort of artisans and shopkeepers and people. There's a merchant district, which is sort of central. It's a big old classic bustling hub of trade. There is the noble ward, which is sort of an opulent, walled-off quarter of manors and gardens, high culture, ruling families and the city's elite and such. There is the West District, which is sort of a densely packed working class neighborhood, just pretty borderline slum kind of area. It's just where lots of laborers and builders and people that come to the city, maybe moving in from the fringe or coming over from one of the other countries and trying to start again, have to start and live. And then towards the south, on sort of the lake, there is a huge lake, Lake Celestia, which is partially the noble district and the palace are partly built sort of up and onto the lake, but then there is an area that is the docks district as well, which is partially alive with sort of fishermen. There's a lot of fish that are caught in this lake, but it is also
Part man.
part fish, part man. There's lots of part fish, part men in there as well, no doubt. There's a giant enemy crab in there that the Fighters Guild are really struggling with, and there's storehouses and warehouses in that area as well. So it's where a lot of the city's stores are. It's also where you go to fight Daredevil, if you have to fight Daredevil.
What's the date today?
The date is
For us nerds.
the 1st of April. You mean in game?
Yes, please, DM.
So it's the back end of spring, so it'd probably be late May. We'll say the 30th of May, which is translated just for ease of use. From anything that sounds like, and this is something good to say at the beginning of every campaign, anything that sounds like it came from our world is going through a universal translation device to your ears. For example, when inevitably someone goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ," you're hearing Jesus Christ, but what they're saying is something else, one of the other, deity figures that exist.
Yeah. What's the name of this tavern one more time?
The Jester's Barrel.
Jester's Barrel, thank you.
And so the docks district is where lots of warehouses and things are. She takes a few minutes away from you and comes back and places a key on the table with a sort of a large barrel-shaped keyring on it, and slides it across to you. Ricard, probably. As you were
Is
doing
this
all
to
the
your
talking.
room?
If you try to enter my room, Wulfric will break all of your legs.
No.
I don't think that he would do that. We drank together a couple of times. All right.
I served you drinks. It is not the same.
Where is this Ulfric? How big is he?
Wulfric is a half giant. He's like an ogre that's literally just sat just to one side of the entrance doorway, the main entrance. And he is asleep. It is a classic looking, just globulous mass of skin and muscle and fat. He's resting his head on a great club, and he is part of the furniture at this point.
Perhaps
Don't worry,
not.
Donkey.
Okay,
I had
very
more fun
good.
drinking with you.
We're gonna
Yes.
leave now.
This is.
Mhm.
We need this?
That is for our warehouse. Yes.
Right. Well, I'm sure we can find it then.
Okay.
Let's go, everyone.
Yeah, we'll be
Onward.
back eventually. Probably. Right, guys?
She just gives you all a filthy look.
Huh?
Glances one last
Rinat,
time at Ricard. Give me a charisma, just a flat charisma check.
Yeah, I will do that. I know how to do that.
So yeah, we are using Foundry for the first time,
Is it just
you just click the-
non-saving throw?
Yeah, the very top.
No, at the
just
top.
Click cha.
Yeah.
Just at
the
the
word.
top. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All the letters. Cha.
Cha, 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 cha.
Ooh.
I can actually
Not the
request. I can request rolls from you if you guys would like. I'll do that in future.
Oh, that's fine. I know it now. Well, I got an 8.
All right. Give me an insight check.
Excellent. That's not a good sign. A 16.
She's disgusted by you.
I like her even more.
Yes.
So everyone is aware.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry. I thought you were playing a character.
Wow. Well, okay.
Hard to get.
Ouch.
Okay.
Moving on. We leave. We're leaving. We're gone.
We're
We're
going, okay.
outside. We're
And I
leaving.
hop off my chair and I try to push it in, but not sure how because the table is in half. So there's a moment of. No.
I grab your wrist and just yoink, and we just out the door, cartoon style.
Sorry about the table. We'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys head outside, and you're heading to the docks district. Is this the plan? You're just kind of stepping out and heading straight over there, or are you doing anything else? What's the
Absolutely.
plan?
So
I
what are we
mean,
doing?
I'm
Are
very
we going
confident
right
in
there?
Got's abilities.
Is there anything else we want to do in town, or are we going right there right now?
We have a
Do we
job
need
to do
anything
now.
else?
Well, look, here's the thing: we don't have to go and do all of that. We could just never come back here ever again.
That's a
do
good.
it, though.
That's also a
Right?
good point. We could just start drinking somewhere else.
Yeah, or like, just go to a different city entirely. You know, this one is just
I will
very...
not back down to baboons and weasels.
I agree with Got. Let's go kill the baboons and weasels. Who's
Okay,
with me?
Well, if he wants to kill the baboons and weasels and I get to keep my legs, I'm with
I
you.
guess.
I'm with you.
You know, I didn't mean for
Come
you to
on
break
now.
the table. I just wanted you to scare him.
I
Next
did,
time,
didn't
less
I?
breaking.
You scared you with
He
success.
did it very well. You can't be mad at him for doing a job very good.
Well, I guess
You're
it's
not
a
Right.
taking
first for
ones from
everything.
me.
Those tables are cheaply made.
I agree. Thought they were oak.
Have you even been to the docks before? I've never been to the docks before. I heard
The
there's
dog
like rats.
district.
Right, because the rats are the size
you
of,
say
of
dog?
dogs over
That's what
there.
they said.
Oh. I thought it was the docks. Well, you lead the way. I have the key.
Ricard,
I
give me
sort
a
of
history
swing the
check.
key around.
You
Yes.
are from this city, right?
Yes,
This is
I
your
am.
hometown.
Yes.
No one else is that correct? Just to double check.
I'm not from
No.
here.
Okay.
This is like my first actual day here.
Yeah.
History, right? Yes.
Yep. Your own personal local history. There isn't like a local knowledge check in D&D, so I never know what to use.
17.
17. Yeah, there's no such thing as a dog district.
Okay.
There are dog races. There are sort of dogs around, but yeah, dog district. There is a
riding dogs.
docks district
Mhm.
that you're not too far from. The Jesters barrel sort of sits on the edge of the merchant district and the noble quarter, I believe, and you only have to go like a few blocks to be able to make it to the docks district along the river. You pretty
Right.
much just walk along the river towards the west and you'll make it there. It is easy for you to get to the docks district. I don't know if you know which one is the warehouse you're looking for specifically, but you certainly know your way around the city well enough.
Well, I did roll a 17.
Yeah, that was to see if there was a dogs district.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then.
But I think you just naturally are free to, if you need to get from A to B in this city, if it's not something that's like a secret or whatever, you will probably know your way. Everyone else,
Absolutely.
maybe a little less, I think. Got maybe Holwyn. No, Holwyn, you said it's your first time in the city, so definitely
Yeah,
not.
this is. Yeah,
Got
this is like-
first time. You've only been here a short while, if I believe.
Correct.
What it was. And Seth is probably, you've probably been here before, presumably
Yeah.
several times.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
So, yeah, Rickard, you're really the only person who can direct people around.
Perfect. Then I take back what I said before, and instead I say, everyone, I know this city because I'm from here. Now follow me. And I lead them the correct direction.
I
Yeah.
trust you.
Easy peasy. Yeah, you sort of weave yourselves through the bustling streets. Again, it's very busy. Even more so than usual. Every now and then there are events that will draw people to the city, but this is a big one. It is the King's Silver Jubilee in 3 days. So it's just an enormous event. There's nobles from the other countries. There are people that have traveled from varying other places in Solmira. And just people that are here just to flog wares, extra merchants, extra travelers, and extra adventurers, because there's lots more work. And as you guys start moving through the
What was that
city,
event called?
the what event? Sorry,
That event, what is it called?
the King's Silver
The King's
Jubilee.
Silver Jubilee. It's happening in 3 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
A,
And what is that, Rickard?
Yeah. What is
Well,
that?
it's
Rickard?
the King's name day. He's getting on in years, so his hair is now silver. It's a celebration.
Not quite. It is the King's.
Damn
It is the 25th anniversary of his reign. Is what it is. He's been king for 25
see.
years in 3 days. Yeah. Close.
Is there a gold jubilee?
Yeah, there is. Not in
Okay.
3 days. Yeah, and again, it's warm. It's the entire continent is a pretty warm continent. The center of the continent is borderlines. It's like an arid shrubland, but there are sort of parts of it which are almost desert-like. There are mesas and there's floating islands in parts of it as well. There's the blighted lands. In general, Eldessa is similar to what you might expect maybe Italy to feel like, parts of Italy, with that sort of Mediterranean feel to it. And so, late May, it's starting to get pretty warm. And the morning sun is sort of catching the polished marble facades and gilded rooftops of the area that is bordering on the noble district and the merchant district. And you sort of weave away through merchants calling out their wares and shouting at you, buy some spice bread, here's some flowers, flowers for the lady, that kind of thing. And you pass through the edge of the merchant district and then descend sort of down towards
He's
the
a
docks.
half-elf.
He was literally staring at Rickard as well. The cobbles, the cobbles down in the sort of docks district become a little more worn, I think, and the chatter a little louder, in the sense of it being sort of more working class people shouting at one another. The scent shifts to a sort of saltwater, a tar, a fish smell. And all of those elegant houses and towers give way to these big creaking warehouses, a sort of sailor's inn that looks like the type of place that you would not be invited into. There are tangled ropes hanging from some of the fishermen's ships sitting on the lake. It's an enormous lake. You hear the sort of squawk of gulls and the splash of boats and things, but what you're looking for is specifically the Jester's Barrel warehouse. And I don't know what your plan is, how you
Soon to
plan
be
to
a
go
fair
about
house.
that. That's right.
Well, I would just go to wherever the official sort of city's warehouse people are. I'm sure I know where that is, and just ask them directions.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Right.
This is straight up to see if that exists. A note
Can I just do
for
slash
people
R?
watching this. A note: I have nothing planned for this campaign beyond. I created a world.
Beyond, up until the credits.
The credits
17.
rolled, and that was all I had written down.
That was it?
It was a 17. So
17. Yeah, there isn't really, like a warehouse official or somebody who would like work in this area in such a way that
Dockmaster?
yeah, I mean, there's probably a dock
Surely.
master, but not that works for the warehouses. There's probably the warehouses are just rented out, right, to people or bought for purposes of storing, varying merchants' things, or some of them are probably rented out by people on the docks themselves. But this is just literally the city has such an enormous merchant district. These warehouses are all individual warehouses that belong to certain people. But you could probably find like a local, somebody that you might know in this area, who might be able to point you in the right direction. If you were to come to the docks district, what would you be doing here normally, Ricard? So that I can figure out who you might know here.
Right, no. I probably would have come here before for past jobs, if ever I needed to come down here. I don't think I have spent much time here socializing. The dock workers? Disgusting. But
Yeah.
I probably had to meet a few people, and I always try to charm them, even if I do think they're disgusting.
Okay. Let's say you know somebody who's sort of less of a dock worker and more somebody who maybe owns parts of the dock. There's probably a guy down here that you know who owns several of the fishing vessels, and he's probably extremely well off. This guy would be Ulrich Thornbrook, who is a halfling. Who he's wearing sort of typical Bilbo attire with a little pocket watch
What is that
thing.
supposed to mean?
He's just got that sort of like mid 60s look of a halfling, where he's just wearing like relatively well made clothing, decent pair of shoes, and as you guys are maneuvering through the docks, you actually spot him looking at this little timepiece that he has. He takes every possible moment or opportunity to mention this this timepiece, and you spot him sort of tapping his feet. He mentions, you see him sort of in the distance telling some sort of fisherman that works for him to head on down to the boats and deal with the nets or whatever, or get out there and get me some more fish. As you approach, he turns, looks up at you, doesn't recognize you, looks back out to the lake, glances back at you as if he does recognize you, realizes he doesn't know who you are, looks back to the lake, and then looks back up at you again and says, "Do I know you?"
Ulrich, darling. Everyone, this is the chap I was telling you about who has the most incredible timepiece. Ulrich, would you mind showing them all?
Oh, yes. Well, let me tell you the time. The time by my Bolex. And he pulls out this incredible timepiece, and he displays what looks like it's enormous, really, especially in his small hand. He produces this circular device, and it is chunky. It's not even like steampunk looking. It's like brass work with these two arms that aren't pointing to numbers or anything. It is just a brass circle with two arms where the clock face would be, and at the center of it is a glowing sort of light purple stone that you would recognize to be Vaenthrosite, which is a sort of a magical synthetic crystal mineral that people can enhance things with magically. You can enhance crossbows, you can create watches and stuff like that, kind of like a battery, kind of like hex tech, something like that. He pulls this thing out, and it probably doesn't look like anything to you guys.
Any other sort of magic tech that we would know?
Magitech?
Game or anything?
It's in main character on Thursdays. Emberstone.
Where else we would have seen it before?
There is, this. He has some legally distinct magitech that he shows you this thing, and he says, "Look."
Oh.
Do you know what that says?
No.
No.
That says it's, and he looks at it for a second and works it out.
Do I?
10 minutes past 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, very
Oh, yeah, the time, I
impressive,
knew that.
is
Ulrich.
that early?
I knew that. None of you can tell time?
Well, yes, but this timepiece.
That's one of my skills. I can tell
I
time.
see.
I can read.
Well, very
Great.
good.
He
Wonderful.
sort of proudly puts it back into his top pocket and then sort of looks over the group again. His eyes
Sir,
sort
is that powered by Vaefall?
Yes, it is actually, yes. I have absolutely no idea how it
yeah,
works,
that
but it's
guy's
absolutely
that
incredible.
guy's
Look at
another
this.
skill.
Cost me a very pretty penny. What's that?
No, I was just telling them that I can recognize this sort of stuff. Just another one that we can check for old Helen.
He's just trying out for, you know.
He's trying
for
to impress us.
Yeah. Anyway.
And it's working.
There's a ghastly monster flying around in the sky above us.
Really?
There is
Oh,
something following you in the sky. Got, would you like to explain what is following and has been following you since the Jester's Barrel?
There's been a creature that looks part bird, part lizard, winged with scales and feathers. Its complexion is blonde. Even from up in the sky, its piercing blue eyes reflect off the sun, giving off this eerie countenance. I look up and say, that is just the gentle eviscerator, Miranda in our tongue.
Oh, that belongs to you.
yes. Miranda's very vicious and beautiful.
Oh, blimey. Is it trained?
Oh, that's yours.
In training.
In training. It's not going to bloody pick me up and carry me off, is it? Feed it to its
No,
young.
but
No, but it
Watch your
probably will piss
eyes.
on you sometimes because it.
Oh, bloody hell.
Does
Well, if
that
it
a lot.
pisses on me, you'll be paying for this. This is bloody expensive, this outfit. I'm sorry. Do I know? I feel like I recognize you, boy. Turns his eyes back to you, Ricard.
Yes, of course. We're old friends, old chums. I believe we shared a conversation or two about the docks and your holdings, of course. Very impressive.
Right. Yes. Your name was Georgia.
Ricard.
Ricard.
That's right.
Ricard. I don't seem to. Where can I place the name? Ricard what?
Ricard Silvertongue.
Silvertongue. Oh, Silvertongue. Ricard Silvertongue. No, I don't. Are you sure? What do you do for
Yes.
work?
No,
Ricard?
he's.
Are you here for a
well,
job?
I do a little bit. Yes, actually, we are here. We're already on a
Great.
job.
We needed several deckhands. How are you on the lake?
Well, I'm excellent on the lake, but we're actually here on a current job, and I was wondering if you could point us in the direction of the Jester's Barrel warehouse.
What on earth business could you possibly have with that warehouse?
Oh, just a little job for them. Clearing it out.
Oh, you're working for Bardo.
That's right.
Right. Well, you should have bloody led with that. Talking about these birds and Vianthrosite. Yes. Let me think. One of these belongs to Bardo, but which one was it? Well, it's not that one. That one belongs to me, and the one next to it as well. That one over there belongs to the City Watch, although not many people know that. I think they've got all sorts in there.
I take a note of that.
It's a large, indistinct, red-looking warehouse. It looks like it just fits in nowhere. He says, Bardo's, I think, might be the small brown one behind that. You'll have to squeeze down that alleyway there.
Right. Well, appreciate it, Ulrich. Shall we go then? I look to the group.
Nodding vigorously.
not once.
Sorry to bother you, Ulrich. We'll see you around, darling.
No problem. If you fancy
And-
getting your fingers fishy, head on back.
What does that mean?
Absolutely.
What is he?
I'll tell you later, darling. Let's go.
Right, you head on over to the...
yes, I lead the way he directed us.
Yeah. You squeeze down a sort of thin alleyway And on the back side of the warehouse that seemingly belongs to the City Watch is a much smaller looking, sort of ramshackle wooden warehouse that, might be the one. Might be the one.
Right.
Is it?
Is there a door with a keyhole?
Yeah, it's a classic large double door on the front of this thing. Big padlock
Does it have
on
any barrels on it? Any
Do
symbols?
I smell baboon or weasel?
it. Give me an investigation check, Ricard, and give me a perception check, Got.
Excellent.
Miranda,
thinking, God.
the bird dinosaur lizard flying around above you, we will assume at all times is just like flying around above you guys. Whenever you go into a building, she perches on the edge of the roof. And unless sort of directly summoned, we can just assume she's either flying around above you, on Got's shoulder, or, perched elsewhere. We just really wanted to
taking shelter.
we really wanted to include Mergs in this, by the way, because we have 3 Cura player characters and one who just couldn't make it. So we were like, how do we include her? We literally create a creature that follows them everywhere they go. That is called Miranda. And I said, make sure that it's just a tiny little thing that has no mechanical properties whatsoever. And then Miranda drew the artwork as a giant dinosaur that now that has a sheet and stats and is
We have a pterodactyl.
it's gonna die.
The pterodactyl.
Yeah, it is sort of a dinosaur. I will say this much. The Fringe is populated with a lot of dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs out there.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Miranda is certainly one of them. She's more dinosaur than really anything else. Okay, what do we got for your checks here? Perception check 12 and investigation check 13.
God.
Yeah, there really isn't
Hey, we're level
anything.
1. Calm down.
Yeah, you guys are level 1. It's okay. The DCs are low. There really isn't anything that distinguishes this, that suggests it belongs to the Jester's Barrel. But as you look around the Docks District, most of these places don't really show what they are, who they belong to, and that kind of thing. You get the sense that it's more of a, trying to stop thieves thing, than anything else. Some of them do have things on them. Some of them have got big stamps on them or things that have been painted onto the doors that suggest they belong to certain people who probably wouldn't be messed with, or that it just contains stuff that isn't worth stealing. But this one doesn't have anything written or anything that suggests it belongs to the Jester's Barrel or Bardo, the owner. In terms of smell, you do, however, get a slight whiff of baboon and weasel from inside. And I will say, although I said I didn't prepare anything, I prepared 6 combats. It wasn't like I didn't really prepare like a combat map or anything. I just prepared 6 combats in my mind. 2 of them were weird, and one of them was because I thought of that show, IR Baboon. You remember that?
You don't
Anyone
need pants for the
remember?
victory dance.
I'm pretty sure it was IR Baboon and I Am Weasel.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's probably won't. They probably won't even get into combat, And I just
Starring Michael
Here we
Dorris
are.
and Charlie Adler.
Listen, we go where our strengths lead us.
trust me, it could have been worse. Some of these combats would have been absolutely awful for you at level 1. So you got baboons and weasels, and yeah, you do get the scent that there is baboons and weasels inside.
It smells like that circus. They must be close.
Perfect. God, Scotty, you always come through. Look at you. And I pat him on the chest.
Well,
And
maybe
then
we
I-
should be asking why there are specifically baboons and weasels in there and nowhere else. What is attracting them?
They
To the
mentioned the
Jesters'
circus that went so
barrel.
horribly wrong.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
the
but-
circus brought them here, but why are they going in there? I
Right.
don't
I'm not
Exactly.
sure.
Thank you, Howland.
You always have to overcomplicate things. Our job is just to get them out. We don't have to discover why they got in.
if they're attracted to barrels of honey, then we could lure them out with bigger barrels of honey. You know, not everything has to be about fighting, which,
smart.
by the way, you're really not good at. So really waiting in there with your fancy dagger saying that you're going to kill everything is probably not going to go very well.
I'm not going to kill everything. That's God's job. I'm here to support him, as you should be.
I'm here to support all of you, really. I think it's a great idea. The honey idea, barrel thing, maybe, is a great idea.
Well, you know, it's the first thing you learn, right? Know your enemy. Know why they're there. And then you know how to counter them.
All right, well, do you have any ideas on discovering why they're here?
No.
Well, then let's open the door at least and see
I
what
was
we
hoping
see.
you'd be good for something.
I am good for something. I got us here. I have a key. If it weren't for me, we'd be stuck for paying 11 gold.
I don't know. I think
could
if
just
you
burn it all down to the
kept
ground.
talking, we'd be paying about 20 gold by now, but okay.
We burn it down to the ground, we will not be allowed back in, and then we will lose our legs. Remember what is?
Yes.
We may have hope for legs if we don't do this.
Good
correctly.
point, new guy. He's on our side. That's 3-1, Seth. And I go and try the key.
Yeah, the key slips effortlessly into the padlock, unlocks, and the door you feel sort of loosen to the point where it could easily be pushed or pulled open.
I'm
Excellent.
hiding behind God.
You're strategic also behind
I
God.
open the door and I... Is it a double door? I would like it
Yeah.
to be a double door
It
if
is,
it
yeah.
isn't. Okay, and I open
Make it a
both...
double door.
I open both doors dramatically, and I say, "Weasels, baboons, prepare to be roasted out of here."
Yeah, you open it. There is immediately a sort of sound of scuffling that you hear from inside, the skittering of little claws on the wooden floor, and you see before you a warehouse that seems to be filled with. There is predominantly tables and chairs in here that look like the one that you broke, just sort of like being held in storage. Some of them look old, some of them look unused. Then there are lots of barrels and kegs. At the back of the room, there is what appears to be sort of lots of foodstuffs, like sacks of oats and things that have been torn open. And sitting in one of them is a baboon. As you open the door and you start speaking, you say these things. You hear the sound of like other creatures run away, but the one baboon that you can see, who is big, it's like fat, it's got a fistful of oats in one hand, turns to you, looks at you, bares its teeth, and just starts snapping and gnashing its teeth at you, but it doesn't move. It sits perched in this sack of oats. You hear a sort of bunch of skittering. In fact, give me a perception check, Ricard.
Oats. I should have known.
Oh, a solid 11.
An 11? Yeah, I don't think you hear the baboon that is directly above you, sort of hanging down. It's literally hanging down from above you, and as you finish your thing, the other baboon starts... The other one drops down, lands on your head.
Oh my god!
Wraps its legs around your neck, grabs your ear with one hand, and just starts scratching at the top of your head with its other claw. You feel it you feel its teeth attempt to bite into the top of your head. You know what? I think what it's going to do is literally try and bite you here. Let's see. Let's see if I
God
can...
save me! What are you doing?
What is your AC?
It's 12.
12, so a 14 would hit. This thing bites just literally the top of your forehead, but from above, and just these huge teeth just bite and sink into the top of your head. It's going to deal 3 piercing damage, I presume, to you. Yeah, 3 piercing damage to you. And it is still on you. It's screeching, scratching and biting at Ricard. What do you guys do?
I try and shoot at the thing.
Oh, okay. Kill it.
Oh, God! You're going to try to shoot it off of my head?
Yeah,
Yes.
don't roll a natural one. Just give me an attack roll. We'll see.
Okay. Myre is
Billy and
rolling an
Tell.
attack roll. Okay.
Hunter's mark, first of all, on the creature.
Okay, yeah.
What does that look like?
And then... so, I'm glad you asked. So as I see this mama's fast right now as this baboon is trying to trepanate my friend's skull, I put out one thumb and, well, I kind of occlude everything else but the target. And for a moment, it seems like nothing is happening at all. And then you realize, well, if you were me, that now this creature has a kind of green aura to it, as I have marked it for death.
Okay.
Then I fire at it with my longbow.
All right. The spell comes down. The longbow fires. Give me some damage.
Okay. So that was a 15 to hit.
Yeah.
And then for damage, that's going to be 5 damage.
How do you
And
kill
then-
it?
So I fire this arrow towards the creature, and it's an eye for an eye, but in this case, it's a forehead for a forehead, as the arrow goes through the skull of this creature and it pins it to the back of the door. And it's dead.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, you successfully pin this baboon to the back wall with an arrow through the eye. It just hangs limply. It's absolutely grotesque. This other baboon is screeching and going mad. It starts throwing oats across the warehouse from the back of the warehouse towards you. It's still pretty far away, but it's launching oats towards you. There's a skittering sound, like there are other creatures in here as well. What do you guys do?
Oh shit. What do
Close the door! Close the
Can
door!
I
Close
see
the
the
door!
other baboon?
You can see the other baboon, yeah.
close the door with
Can I
him
see
in
the
it?
other baboon?
Yeah,
I would
you-
like to shoot that baboon.
Okay,
before
yeah.
the door closes.
Okay, give me the attack roll.
Okay.
Would the other
So,
three of you
okay.
like to close the door and leave him in there with the baboon
You're
and
right, just
weasels?
let him do it.
If you do, I'll give him advantage on this roll.
We leave him in there. We
If you
the
close the
door.
door on him and leave him in there, I'll give him advantage on that roll.
That sounds great.
No, I'm stood there like hopping from foot to foot, like
Yeah,
Give me advantage.
I think I'm stunned. I've
can
taken
do
out
it.
my mirror
I
and
can
I'm
take
looking at
it.
the damage that's done to my face.
I would try. Are any of them rushing to get out the door, or are they just chilling inside the?
You can only see one baboon. You can see one living baboon. You can hear the skittering sounds of other animals in the warehouse, but you don't see them from your perspective of looking just in the main doorway here.
No, I wouldn't just. We can't just leave him there. So stupid. Why do we always go for stupid ideas every single time?
This isn't stupid. This is going to clear all of it. God has got this. That's why he's called God.
Turn off!
An arrow launches
Fine.
and you hear it stick in the back wall.
Oh. I will fire a firebolt at the.
All right, okay, let's do combat.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Let's see. All right. Let's bring you over to a little combat map that I have prepared incredibly because I had no idea where you were going to go or what you were going to do. Somehow I have a warehouse ready. Which I'm genuinely
Okay.
so impressed with myself.
Yes, very impressive GM we have.
Thank you. Been doing it forever, but I'm rarely this prepared for having nothing written on a page. All right. Do me a favor. See if you can drag your characters in.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Boom. Boom.
Unable.
Boom. And boom. Let me place the baboons. There's one there, and then there's a dead one that's like pinned over on another wall somewhere. There are more concealed and hidden, as well as varying hidden and concealed weasels.
Great.
Oh my.
About
My
the
favorite
place.
sentence, actually.
Hidden and concealed weasels.
You've played Baboon Weasel before.
All right,
You know-
so you should be able to roll some initiative now. If you again at the top right hand side, you right click the combat encounters
Assuming we
swords,
fight.
crossed swords.
Swords.
If you right click it, it will pop it out for you. They all have different colored dice, by the way, and the ones that are white on white these are not decisions that I made. Okay. We decided to let everyone make their own dice. Everyone could bring their own dice to the table, and color them however they wanted. And someone chose to do white on white, which means that the numbers are very clear. I just want to state for the record, not it. Okay. All right. Why are you in a combat group? Oh, you know what? I should have asked PB about this because this happened during Don't Die. First one to go in
You
the...
say that PB's in the call. PB, could you please step out?
Yeah, PB, you
Step out of the shadows,
could step
PB.
out of the shadows, please. All right. Beginning combat.
Papa.
You
I
are...
am going to move
Okay.
my... Yes,
What are you going to do?
I am going to move my hunter's mark to the weasel I can see to the north.
Okay.
And then I am going to fire at it with my bow. For a 12 to hit.
For a 12 to hit. You miss. This weasel is sort of skittering out from underneath some barrels, and I think as you fire an arrow at it, it's a weasel. It's quick. It's a slinky. It's moving too weirdly, and you sporadically you sort of aim at this thing, and it does that thing with like weasels can do, where their body just kind of turns into an S shape. And the arrow hits the floor as it starts moving, and suddenly realizing that it's under attack, it rushes towards you.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. It is now a baboon's turn. Which baboon are you? This one comes running over the tables, jumps onto this table, rushes across using its extra movement to get all the way over to Rickard. The smell of blood.
Wait, the table's not difficult terrain?
Not for a baboon.
Fair enough.
Maybe for pedants.
Listen here, you little shit. My friend Got will do the same to you that your friend got. Yes.
Weasel rushes towards Seth.
Hey, no.
No. It's really,
Please don't bite me. Please don't bite me.
it's
Please
really
don't bite me.
bad.
This baboon, the one that is sort of over here,
Oh, that's cool.
he is staying exactly where he is. That's the fat baboon that has been sort of tormenting you from the doorway,
Fat
Rickard.
Great
boon, if
tavern
you will.
name.
Yes. That's the dead one. So this one is actually dead. Let's kill him.
Bleh.
And
Not the
talk
baboon.
about this one up here. It's just an hour blood stain. Yeah, all right. Let me see. Okay, Howlin. It's
Could I
your
hold
turn.
my action?
Can you halt your action?
Yeah, I'd like to hold it.
Oh, you can hold it, yeah.
Until Rickard gets attacked. Can I do that, or does it have to be more specific?
Well, what do you want to do? You're holding your
I would
action.
like to. I want to hold my action, and the trigger to be like, maybe when. Oh, he's already been attacked. Never mind. So
If
that
it's a
when he
spell,
complete.
you have to say it's the spell you're holding. Right?
Right. Well, Okay, I will, okay, I'm gonna move to here. Or I will, is this monkey on him yet?
It is
Just
jumping,
grab one
it's
on the
leaping
front.
at him. It is leaping at him.
Okay, I'm trying to prove myself, so I'm trying to figure out if I want to dive in front of it, or if I want to... Yes, I want to... and I want to try to dive in front of it, and, like, get between both of them. Can I do that? Can I?
No. I don't think you can. No.
Can I push him out of the way, like one, and then sit there?
You can try and push him out the way, but it is, it would be a shove action.
Like shoving a butt. Okay, I will shove him then.
You sort of can't,
Yes.
yeah, you can't, like, squeeze in between two.
Right, because it'll be because
things. Yeah.
But yeah, for the
You could go to you can go to Ricard's square, do an action and move away. You can't end your turn there.
Right, I want
Unless
to,
rules have changed. We're using the 2024 rules set, by the way, and the only person here who knows them is Myre. So whenever I say something and it's wrong, he will actually me with what it is, and that's how we're all going to learn the 2024 rules set together.
Yeah.
I don't think that's changed.
I don't think so.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna try to do? Can I use I'm just gonna throw some rations, the rest of my trail rations, at Ricard and try to just distract
You're throwing the
him.
food onto me.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, you can do
Throw some
that.
trail
You don't
mix
need
at
to.
him.
You
I
don't even need.
support
You
this.
can just
We are a
successfully do
great
that.
combat-oriented party.
You throw trail mix at
Yeah.
Ricard. It gets in his clothes, on his hair. The animals go into a frenzy.
Oh my god, what are you doing, new guy?
I'm trying it, and I have a name. I'm trying
throw
my best
food
to
onto
distract
me.
it.
They're
I'm trying
hungry.
to
Look
get
at
it.
them.
It's called
Oh,
a high
rabbit
priority
beasts.
treat. It's a high priority treat. Okay, it's either your hair or it's these nuts.
Oh my. I start picking the nuts out of my the folds of my clothing and throwing them at the baboon closest to
Add
me.
quote, first of all. Second of all, when I was on a holiday once with my family, I crunched up a pack of Doritos and then poured them over my stepdad on a beach, and it was like a scene from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. They descended on him and he was so mad, and it was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe like how unbelievably dangerous it was until, you know, when you do something as a kid and then you realize you've made a terrible mistake. I did that to him once, and that's what literally is happening to Ricard right now as the animals begin.
And now I've realized I've made a terrible mistake.
They're distracted, they're upset, they want this trail mix.
Perfect.
And, okay, is that the end of your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay, then. Weasel. Let's see. This weasel is... I don't know why. It's supposed to be dragon. You're going to have to just deal with this for today. How annoying it is that I keep...
A dragon.
Yeah, a dragon. I keep dragging these weasels around, like the screen around like that, players. Because I installed something that was supposed to, every time I switch to them, make the camera go to them to make it easier.
It does. It works.
It does. It's not doing it for my one for the
It does
stream.
for us. Haha.
Oh, it does. Well, I mean, not when I'm doing it
You
manually.
have a second one.
When I switch between them in combat, it should just go
It's working for
over
me.
to them. Wait, tell me if it moves now.
No, but I think it's because it's already on my screen. If I zoom in to somewhere else, and then you were to do it, it zooms me out, so make sure whatever you're doing is on the screen.
No, I think it's me doing it manually. This weasel comes running across. This other weasel is actually going to make it all the way over to Ricard.
Ooh.
And it is going to attempt to eat some of that trail mix. Maybe catch a finger in there. You know?
Well, my idea did work. Like,
I don't need my fingers for anything. Just a loot strumming bard here.
Right. An 18 to
Oh
hit.
my god, an 18. Are you kidding me?
It's gonna hit you.
So does that hit the nuts or does it hit the finger?
Well,
Right.
it gets a piece of trail mix off of his finger and just takes a
Was the target
A
the
point
18 or
of-
was the miss?
The target was the 18, so its attack roll was an 18. Its damage is
So
1.
Is he attacking the person that's holding the trail mix, or is he attacking the trail mix?
Yeah, it eats a piece of the trail mix and takes a little
Got it.
piece of Ricard with it. Maybe biting the back of your
Ooh.
hand as you're like trying
Yes,
to
I'm
get this trail
shouting.
mix off you.
Is it latched on as I wave it about?
Absolutely it
Oh my God! Please, someone! What is happening here? This is a terrible idea, Seth. Why did we do this?
Sorry, I thought this was a good idea.
Keep happening.
Ricard, it is your turn.
What? Really? Okay.
Yes, the baboon that is sort of fat and sitting over there is not interested in you whatsoever. I don't know if there's another one on here. I think there is.
Excellent.
It's this one.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that
I'm watching with anticipation and interest.
I cast disguise self.
Okay. You guys might not know what's happening right now. And on our sort of merch store, which isn't just t-shirts and things, although there are lovely, wonderful t-shirts over there, tablestory.tv/merch. Within the next 24 hours, it will probably be tomorrow, we will be releasing the session zeros for this campaign, which should include character creation, but won't. Character creation will be released at some point during this campaign, and I'll be sure to let you know, but we can't release it. And you'll find out why at some point. Ooh. But there are 2 other sessions in which the first one was just us trying to learn Foundry, and the second one was 2 mock combats. And in those mock combats, Ricard did this. What do you...
It went so well, by the way. It went so
I
well.
cannot begin to describe to you. Like, you think baboons and weasels and chaos right now is chaos. Let's just say, I think every single member of the party lost their testicles in that first combat.
No, I was fine actually.
Oh yeah,
Everyone
yeah, you
else
were
did.
fine, and everyone else lost their testicles, and that is available at tablestory.tv/merch. It will be entitled something like Session 0.1 and Session 0.2, and that will all make sense to you if you're interested. They will be going up within the next 24 hours. Be sure to let you know. We'll let you know in the Discord. So Ricard, you're going to try this shit again. What are you disguising yourself as? What are you doing? Describe it to us. Tell us.
A bowl of trail mix.
No trail mix. I am disguising myself as a very large baboon.
Okay. Yeah. You transform into a very large baboon, I guess, and
That they've watched you just do.
yeah, I mean they watched you do it. Let's have a look at their stats. Weasel intelligence stat -4, baboon intelligence stat -3. So
So about as dumb as Pie. I think Pie would be like, "Oh, he's a baboon." Just saying. Character choice. I've popped out my window and I tried to cast it and I don't know if it worked. Oh, here we go. Never mind.
Right.
I'm
What's
now a
the plan
baboon.
here?
oh, I see. Yeah, okay, you did it in the thing. I don't know why it doesn't come up over here, but it did over here for me. All right, you are disguised. I think if I do this, oh, there you go. That's what it was. I guess what I can do is make you have like a little magic effect on you, so that we remember that you are disguised.
Yes. I'm a massive baboon.
Okay, you doing anything else?
Well, I believe that's my action, so I can't really do much else other than you know what? I'll use my bonus action, and I'll give a little strum.
Ooh.
And I'll give a little bardic wait, does bardic inspiration actually help in combat?
Yes.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, so I give that to Gotti, my good man Gotti.
How do you inspire me?
Oh, yes. Well, I am currently a baboon, so I think it's appropriate that I don't actually sing or talk. Instead, oh, you know what? I didn't have you targeted.
God loves
So it
baboon
targeted
dances.
myself.
Give him a bit of something.
Yeah, no, I was planning on doing a little dance. So, I present my posterior to Got, which is something that baboons do. And it gives a little bounce, 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 bounce to inspire.
This makes me want to
Got.
kill.
Yes. Is there a way I can give him inspiration though? I think I accidentally gave it to myself in the game's mechanics.
No, I
don't think that's an
applied it to
accident.
him as well, so I think you both
Okay,
have
thank
it.
you. All right. Don't worry, I won't use it.
Okay, you are now inspired. You have a bardic inspiration. As a bonus action, you can inspire another creature within 60 feet. Once within the next hour, you can roll Got can roll a bardic inspiration and add the number rolled to the d20, turning a failure into a success. So it's when a creature fails a d20 test, which is the new wording for anytime you roll a d20. So that's how it works now, which I think is slightly different, isn't it? Was it?
Yeah. It is. Yeah, that is different, I believe.
It used to be
Before it
more
was
like
just
a
stat
guidance,
rolls, I
right?
believe. Right, but guidance is for skill checks, whereas inspiration was
This
for.
is for anything. So it's when you fail, and when and if you fail. All right. I assume you're not moving because you're now just a giant baboon. And that brings us to Seth's turn. Seth.
Well, so with ranged magic attacks, if you are next to something and you try and hit it, you'll get disadvantage, but you can hit other things even if something is next to you. With
Correct.
magic missile, because it's a guaranteed hit, it doesn't matter, does it? Like it'll
Correct.
hit them anyway.
That's
Right.
yep.
Okay, cool.
Correct.
Then, I reach into my pocket and I pull out this wand that it has a pencil that goes in the end of it that I'm using all the time, and I try and I'm shaking my wand trying to make something happen, and then eventually 3 magic missiles pop out at the end of it. One of them will hit the ferret weasel. The thing at my leg. One of them will hit the one next to Ricard, and one of them will hit the other one that is just over there.
Okay, so you should be able to target them. So you hover over it and hit T, and then
Can I target all
cast.
3 of them?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how you tell the game. We can
Maybe
refund it
it's
if it messes
manually.
up, but you can give it a go. I can't remember if it did all 3 at once or if you did them individually. Do you remember?
I think we just individually did it.
It might
Oh,
have
actually,
to
no,
be
maybe.
individually.
So I think you
Yeah,
should
it
be
was
able to.
individual.
You should be able to target
Yeah.
one and then do the damage, or maybe I do it. There you go.
Ah,
Wow.
2 damage for that one next to me.
Yeah, there we go. So I can apply it to this one. You kill it.
4 damage to that one next to Ricard. Oh, hang on. And da-da-da. Another 5 damage to the other one over there. It's,
mean, yeah,
and
you
it's
annihilate
very
these things.
sparkly
Yeah.
and like very pretty, and it looks very regal, like sort of golden showers.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Shall
Can you
I'm a visual learner.
somebody get that, please? We're gonna put it right next to Pink Surprise.
Yeah. You
Shower
did it again.
golden sprays comes from my
A shower of golden sprays comes from my wand. Ad quote.
Nice.
And we have our new t-shirt. Okay. I mean, this golden shower does destroy 3 weasels. Just these things sort of rushing towards Ricard. One is rushing towards Yusef, gets slightly distracted by the trail mix, and then, you know, this sort of golden missile of sort of sparks and arcane energy launches chaotically from the end of the wand, cracks this weasel, annihilates it. The thing turns, twists over. Its eyes pop out of its head. The second one launches towards the one that is sort of hanging off of Ricard's hand. Ricard, this thing is like killed instantly and drops from your hand as it falls to the ground because you're still a baboon.
I like to think
but
it
you
goes
know,
spinning in the air, like.
yeah, it ragdolls. And then the sparks continue onwards, and yeah, we follow them as the last weasel kind of looks up, says a silent weasel prayer, and is annihilated by the golden shower. Do anything else on your turn?
Balls daily. And I step behind Got once more.
I would like to turn to Seth and beat my baboon chest at her in recognition.
Is that a good thing or a bad? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I win.
Good job, little one.
It's me, Ricard.
The fat
baboon
baboon
just talk.
that was previously just sort of screeching at Ricard is still screeching and pointing and throwing oats across the room at you as the last of the animals rush towards you. But yeah, you've done a few of them. There are 3 baboons left and 1 weasel, and it is Got's turn.
3 baboons and 1 huge baboon. And a weasel.
There is correct. There are 4 baboons and 1 weasel.
Okay. 3 baboons. 1. I changed my hunter's mark to the fat baboon on the far end of the building.
Okay. You can have advantage to hit the fat baboon.
Oh, can I now?
Yeah, he's fat.
This one?
I appreciate that.
Bigger target.
But yes. Let me hunter's mark this creature. And then I fire it with my crossbow, or my longbow even. With advantage. I'll try again. 12 to hit the baboon.
12 hits the baboon.
Okay.
I'm so scared.
12 points of arrow damage.
Arrow. I mean, it's absolutely so unbelievably dead. It's beyond belief. The fat baboon throwing oats sees this arrow come towards it. It strikes the baboon directly between the eyes. The enormous, giant, fat baboon rolls off the top of the oats. In a puff of blood and oats, it falls. Blood and Oats is a great novel title.
Blood and oats.
Blood and Oats.
A tale of blood.
A Tale of Blood and
Tale of
Oats.
2 horses.
It's sort of the corpse of the fat baboon rolls off of the back of the oat bags, and you've defeated this one. Want to do anything else?
Alright, then I reposition here.
Okay. There's another baboon somewhere here. Oh, it's next to Ricard. Let me roll an intelligence check to see if it knows that you aren't a baboon. It would probably be a
It's a
wisdom check,
14
really,
DC,
but
I
I'm gonna
believe.
make it do. I'm gonna make it do an int check anyway because I think that's fun. A 14 DC. It rolls a 14, and that's gonna try and bite you. It can see through your spell, dude. That is how brutal level 1 is. A baboon with -3.
It's a -3 intelligence, and it got a 14.
Pierce the veil,
So
dude.
it rolled a 17.
This baboon sees through everything. The master of the arcane, this
It
baboon.
opens its third eye.
It attacks you on a 17. It's going to hit. It's going to try and bite you. It's going to bite you, dealing 2 damage. This thing does not like that you've turned into a baboon. It takes offense to it. It runs around the back of you, biting at your calf, ripping a little ribbon of flesh off, and then darting between
my
your
God.
giant legs.
He thinks you're the
hissing and
alpha.
These horrible little baboons continue to fight. I think it's going to move over here because it's sort of running around you. The weasel is dead. And then it's this other baboon's turn. I guess this one will also roll an intelligence check to see if it knows that you are a baboon.
The wisest baboons in all the world.
This one is not, so it's going to rush towards Seth, I think. Suddenly, Seth, you sort of you cast your magic missile, but then there is just rushing across the ground this baboon. At first, baboons don't seem too intimidating, and then they get close and you realize that they're quite big and that their teeth are enormous. It opens and bares its jaws at you and attempts to bite you as it leaps at you. You shout gods.
No, I said God.
Oh.
God! Same thing, really.
You're going to
for-
summon the guards, which honestly is genius. The baboon is going to hit you on a 12.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Attempt to bite you as well, dealing 2 damage to you. This one jumps onto, it literally just jumps onto your chest and just bites your shoulder, and then sort of just awkwardly falls off, falling to the ground, rolling over, bringing us to Holwyn's turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so my well, I guess okay. Okay. So there's a baboon covered in rations. A big baboon covered in
There's
rations.
a giant baboon covered in rations, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run
Sort of
over
freakishly
to...
has Ricard's face. Like that
I'll
Basement
run
Jacks
over
video.
here. And I'm gonna try to like fight
I've got
off
the
this
perfect
baboon,
doctor.
or I'm gonna try to like but I
He's back. Manners.
oh there he is. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna try to be like maybe I'll move here instead.
Have you already moved?
Yeah, I'll have to go back and do that thing, but
It doesn't matter. You're not going to use your whole movement, are you?
yeah, I'm not gonna move. You know.
It's gonna get an attack of opportunity, though.
No,
Surely?
he's not.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm only gonna go here. I'm
He
not gonna-
controls
Oh,
that. You know, like you can do in real life when you're in a fight, and you've got 6 seconds to react.
I didn't actually do that. You
Right,
didn't say
right,
anything.
exactly.
If I could
and,
turn back time.
I'm gonna reach out, and So where did it bite you? It bit you've been bit.
Shoulder.
Where was it? Shoulder.
Yeah, one jumped on Seth and bit her shoulder and sort of fell off.
Okay, I kind of want to I want to sort of swing at it away, and then maybe I'll lose my balance. But as I grab onto your shoulder, I want to. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds as I do.
Make sure you target Seth.
Oh, I'm targeting the wrong person.
Yeah. And then hit the healing button. Wow. Wonder whose dice they are.
Oh yeah. Wonder who's there. So yeah, you get healed 8 points as I. But yeah, so you feel, I guess, this.
Oh, that
this
did heal
rejuvenating-
Ricard as well. Ricard, I think you
Oh
healed.
damn. Oh, sorry.
Take 8
Oh,
off.
thank you.
Take 8.
Well done.
I figured it out.
You
I
made the
figured out
right choice,
loophole.
new
No,
guy.
he didn't heal
I
you.
got the loophole. But
Take
yeah,
the
as
damage
I,
off.
I'm sort of stumbling and falling. It's not graceful. I'm not necessarily meaning to genuinely put my arm on you and then heal you. But I think as I'm trying to shoo the baboon away, my hand does graze and maybe I'm falling or I catch your shoulder for a moment and then that energy sort of goes in and heals and stitches the wound closed. As I'm still sort of panicking, trying to fight off the monkey or leave the baboon away from you, but it doesn't look like I intentionally came over there to I'm here to heal you. It's just I was about to fall and then somehow you got me.
Wait.
Hey,
Okay, that was useful.
are you okay?
Whatever you just did,
I'm trying to keep them away from you.
keep trying.
Okay, we got this. Keep giving them showers of golden sparks.
They're golden showers.
Oh, that's okay.
All right.
She was quite specific about it.
At the end of your turn.
I didn't know that's what we called it something else. Okay, yes, that's my turn.
Okay. There is another weasel that I guess is going to attempt to get around here, but he's rushing up towards you, Got. But that's the end of its turn. It has to use its movement to get all the way up to you as it attempts to bite at your little ankle there. Probably your considerably large ankle. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you have a very small little set of ankles. Maybe you have a literal Achilles heel. Find out later on in the campaign at level 19, 215 episodes deep, when Got finally gets taken down by Sabanrort, the Dark Eternal. Okay, it is Ricard's turn. Currently a giant bleeding baboon.
Yes, I would like to try to intimidate these two baboons out of the door that's behind them.
Okay.
I'd like to sort of, hoot and maybe present my buttocks a little bit, and then pound my chest and sort of try to maybe rush at them a little bit and see if I can get them to run out the door.
It'd be awful if I made you do an animal handling check now, wouldn't it? Instead of...
Well, I feel like intimidation is right, but you do what you must.
Oh, maybe it's a performance check. Yeah.
Maybe it's a performance check.
You can roll me intimidation check. Let me
Let
me just try and do something here, because I've got these contested rolls that I can do, and I'm curious about it. So, Ricard versus Baboons.
Okay.
And it is intimidation versus their, what would it be? Constitution? Because they're scared. Let's go with that. Okay. Ooh. The baboon rolls a 12. You should just be able to roll in that roller on the dice rolling column there. It will pull from your sheet. A 16.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, these
I
baboons.
think I rolled with disadvantage, but all right.
Why did you do that?
I don't know,
Okay. Well,
but it still worked.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, you. They're terrified. These little things are just sort of running around, making these horrible noises, and you turn around and you go.
Get out of here, you bastards!
Unbelievably, this works. And the baboons are now fleeing, but it's not their turn. But you see that they're literally running out of the door, or attempting to run out of the door.
Excellent.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
All right,
Believe
Seth.
I've done my work.
I see them attempting to leave, and I brandish my wand again and say, please work, please work, please work. And attempt to firebolt the one next to Ricard.
Okay, you can have advantage. It's
Yeah.
incredibly distracted and intimidated.
That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
that hits.
I don't... What the hell is... Okay, yeah, sure. Damage. Normal. For 3 fire damage.
How do you kill it?
It tries to leave, and I aim the fireball at its feet, and its feet sort of... It starts with the wood underneath it suddenly splinters and cracks. Its feet cave into the floor below, and then it is engulfed in flames. And as suddenly as it begins, it is over. The charred corpse just splinters.
Yikes.
Nothing left. All right. You want to move or anything, or are you ending your turn?
Yeah, I go hide behind God again.
Okay. God, it is your turn.
Okay, I move my hunter's mark to the weasel to the south. No uses available to spend. What is that? 1 second. This thing is broken. But
Says God, looking at his crossbow.
this thing is broken.
Wait a
Yes.
second.
Wait a second. One moment, sorry. I need to give myself a spell point. There I go.
What is he doing?
Kill the baboon before it escapes.
He's literally
talking to
saying all
yourself,
of this
God.
stuff, like checking his pockets for a spell point.
I'm helping him.
Yeah.
What? You've got so many pockets.
I'm looking for my. It's in here somewhere.
Oh, please don't make me touch that pocket again.
He's got cargo
It's my
pants
special
on.
pocket.
That's the god pocket.
It's
There
a
you
squishy
go.
pocket.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my scimitar and stab down at the creature
Okay.
Nice.
for a 17 for
Certainly.
23 to hit.
It's certainly gonna hit. You may
Okay.
roll the damage. Pretty sure it has 1 HP, by the way. You deal 9 plus the additional Hunter's Mark damage. How do you kill it?
Oh, I shish kebab it and leave the scimitar on the ground and then run towards the ape, and that's my turn.
Okay. It is the ape's turn. The ape is actually going to try and leave. Would you like to take an opportunity
please.
attack? Go for it.
Okay. With another 23 to hit.
That hits. How do you kill it?
What is it doing exactly in this moment?
Literally trying to run out the door, running away from you.
Then I hamstring it
My God.
and tail string it too.
This horrific scene
God.
ends here as you successfully slaughter all of these animals, 4 baboons, 4 weasels. A moment passes, you're checking there's no other baboons or weasels that come rushing out from this warehouse, and you've done it. You've successfully managed to defeat the baboons and the weasels. Parts of the warehouse have been sort of trashed by these animals. There's like little bits of animal feces around, and you can see they've made little nests out of random bits, but for the most part it stays intact. Some of the food has been eaten away, but yeah, the warehouse looks clear of at least baboons and weasels now. What do you guys do?
How's everybody doing?
All right,
Hi,
everyone.
Chicken.
Well done. I'm still a baboon. Well done, everyone. This was
There's one
excellent
left. I run
work.
towards him with
Oh,
my
no,
sword.
no. It's me. It's Rickard. And I undisguise myself.
Well done.
How are you
And I'm-
bleeding?
Picking bits of raisins and things out of my my attire, and I am bleeding everywhere.
Go over
I'm
and try to
fine,
help?
by the way. Perhaps we should gather up the carcasses of these things and take them out of here.
Very well.
Right. Yeah.
Good point, actually.
I'm
I
gonna go over
wonder.
and try. I feel guilty, so I'm gonna go over and just start to like, as you're walking around or whatever, I'm gonna start to pick the rations off of you. I'm so sorry. I thought this would work. I'm so sorry. And then at one point, I guess I see some of the blood, or it gets on me. There's a spike in adrenaline as I get sort of anxious about how wounded you are. I get a little woozy, but while my hand has brushed across you, I also am going to heal you. I don't know if I can target you from this screen, but I'm going. This one's for you. 9.
Ah!
As I, so you obviously feel like this warmth, and
Yes.
the stinging goes away, and you feel sort of like a physical calmness. The adrenaline is sort of lowers when it comes down to the pain, and I just sort of I take up some of the rations, and then like maybe your sleeve is still stained red, but your arm where the scratch was is gone. But I've
Yes.
got my handful of rations. I try to like pocket it and repurpose trail rations again.
Right, say, do you know how to do that to my clothes as well?
What?
Oh, yes, it's just they bit a few holes in my, my trousers and my shirt here.
Do I know how to do
My
that? I don't
blouse.
think so.
Sorry, my trousers and my blouse.
Let me see. And
As I go to hold it up, and like as I'm just looking and inspecting the holes,
I don't know if I can.
but as I'm saying that, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation or Mending, whichever one. Hilarious, because I have Mending. I could have fixed the table. But as I
Which one do you do? Wait,
I think I can do both. It doesn't really matter. They're both cantrips, but I'm gonna do prestidigitation. As I'm looking, and I'm just like sort of looking at your clothes, being like, I don't think I could do it. And then they just sort of fall, and there's no holes in them anymore.
But I guess we could probably find a tailor or something. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't work?
It does work, but
oh, okay.
But Helen doesn't see it as he's like, I don't think I could do it. We're gonna need to get
What are you
somewhere.
talking about? This is perfect. Look. I show you. Look, it's mended. Well done.
Oh, all right. Cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I did that. You're welcome.
Now, why don't you run along and pick up the weasels, and Gott can get the baboons, and we head out of here and collect our reward, our just reward.
There's the only reward is we get to keep our legs.
Well, you don't know that, and that's a pretty good reward to collect, don't you think?
I like my legs.
I like my legs too.
Well, everyone
would
likes
like
your
to
legs.
Appraise the baboons and the weasels at this point to see if any of their pelts are decent enough to try and skin.
You probably sell them back to the circus, right?
Give me a survival check.
Right.
We should probably bring them proof that we actually handled. That's why I didn't want to let them run out the door, because then what if they just came back and then they broke our legs anyway?
Right. I think we should bring them as proof. And then maybe, if we can't find then maybe if we still need money, we could find a necromancer we could sell them to, and then they can have baboons.
Do you know many necromancers?
No, I thought that you probably would.
Me?
No,
Roll
I
the
just
10.
anybody, any of you. I mean, you're the adventurer.
A 10. I think the ones that weren't burned or golden showered are okay. So there was one baboon that was shot by an arrow, 2 baboons that were shot by an arrow, 1 that you hamstringed, 1 was burned, so 3 baboon pelts, or 3 baboons. You're not pelting them, you just have 3 baboon carcasses, and 1 weasel, right?
Right.
And 3 were taken out. So 3 baboons, 1 weasel carcass. Add to inventory.
Okay.
Episode 1, by the way.
Episode 1. Add to inventory.
How heavy are they?
You just gonna hang those from your belt?
No, they're not heavy, are they? I mean, what does a baboon weigh? A small dog? How much does a small dog weigh? 8 kilos?
Chihuahua or Pomeranian?
Oh my gosh, just
I think a Chihuahua and a Pomeranian definitely weigh
weight
the
of a
same.
gibbon.
Weight of a gibbon. Oh yeah, we have cord now. Do you remember when you were trying to program a droid
That's right.
in the middle of a scene?
It's between 11 and 20 pounds, or 5 to 9 kilos. So
Hey, I was pretty
Pretty
close.
heavy.
So,
That's gonna be pretty heavy.
yeah, we'll say 3 of the baboons. How many do you have? 3 baboons? 2 baboons are
3
12.
baboons and okay.
And 1 was the fat one, so it's much heavier. So that, one's probably
16.
like 16. And the weasel, a couple of pounds.
Okay. I sure do love cataloging all the things I've looted, and then role-playing how heavy they are.
I know, isn't this fun?
I still wasn't
logistics
sure
fun?
whether we should do encumbrance, and I'm already thinking no. But you know what? For now,
You know what? We've already done it.
It's
Here
too
it
late.
is.
Level
you
1.
Right.
level 1'd it.
Classic.
Yeah, okay, so you collect up these pelts. Do you do anything else while you're in the warehouse?
No,
Well,
I
it's
don't.
the perfect opportunity for us to take anything if anybody wants to take. I won't, but we can. But I won't.
No.
But it's here.
No. I want to leave. I look a little bit
I
green.
was just trying to get a read on what our ethics are as a
A
group,
moral
as a
compass.
team. A moral compass. Yeah, I did know that we are very into just eviscerating animals, but besides that, we don't want to take anything.
Innocent circus animals, yes.
Only when we have to save our legs.
Loose
Save our legs.
circus pets, I say. and you've done a good duty to this city. The door opens and in walks the mayor. I'm kidding.
Here's your bag of
You've done a
200
great
gold.
justice to this city. My name is Justice Christ.
Justice Christ is here.
4 heroes stand in the doorway.
Sidequest.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So you guys are leaving? Closing the doors, locking the doors.
Yes, we close and lock the doors and head back to the Jester's pumpkin or whatever it's called.
Barrel.
Jester's barrel.
No, we don't mention pumpkins on this channel.
It's probably for the best. You don't know what you might summon.
Yeah, we don't want to summon anything. All right. So yeah, you sort of make your way back quite easily. Head back into this tavern. It is very easy to locate, very easy to find. It's a big tavern as well. It's got an inn upstairs, so you would have no trouble finding it, I think, even if you didn't have Rickard to guide you back there. You wander in to look at some of the patrons. It's a lot busier than it was. Well, not a lot busier. It's a little busier than it was, maybe 30, 40 minutes ago when you left. A couple of the patrons give you some sort of awkward eyes as you walk in. Are you looking for... who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing when you get back?
I'll look for whoever I see first between Bardo and
Sable.
Sable. Yes.
I think you probably see them both. Sable is sort of weaving between tables. She has a couple of tankards. She rests them down on... she's probably a little closer, the bar at the other side of the room. You can see Bardo and a couple of other people working to serve drinks. He's not even aware that you're here. He's probably doing some weird juggling tricks with the tankards before pouring drinks. Sable places two... well, probably a tankard and a goblet down on a table in front of two individuals who... One of them looks a little interesting. One's a human, sort of relatively good-looking, traditionally good-looking human man, ashen grey eyes and light blonde hair. But next to them is a tiefling who's kind of looking at you because you walk in and look around and you sort of fix your eyes on Sable, maybe point to the others. Oh, look, there she is. And the goblet is pushed towards this other individual who's a tiefling with very deep red skin, who has the eyes of a goat. You know that kind of like look that goats' pupils have?
Square.
Kind of a square pupil, yeah.
Kermit the Frog.
Both of these guys are just in like simple clothing. They probably work at the docks, but they kind of... this tiefling kind of looks at you because you're sort of looking over at them and you get that immediate sense of... I'm not looking at you, but you can tell. You know when you can tell they think you're looking at them? But you're actually looking at Sable. And Sable, walks away from the table. What do you do? You can see both of them, though, Bardo and Sable.
So this... I'm sorry, is a tiefling particularly... You said they were interesting. Is there something
Well, yeah, one
about
of them...
what
I just mean that...
happens?
this tiefling has the eyes of a goat.
Okay,
and
that's the interesting part. Okay.
I think it's interesting. If I saw someone with the eyes of a goat staring at me from across the tavern, I'd find it interesting, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't want it to. You do see Sable. That's where she is and what she was doing. I was just telling you what she was doing as you see her.
Obviously.
Okay.
As well as Bardo, who's at the bar doing juggling and tricks and stuff, because that's what he's constantly doing.
I snatch at Got's chest and say, my God, that tiefling. Do you see him looking at me?
He is staring at you, and now he's definitely staring at you because you're like pointing at him and...
Yes, I am. Do you think they want a word with us?
I'm
Perhaps another
staring
job?
obviously and mouth open at the attractive man. I'm like
Yeah, there is a beautiful young man, maybe
drooling.
19, 20, maybe a little younger, who's sort of very traditionally good looking. He's got like, when like you see someone in like a sort of dirty, worn tunic that's sort of like
Why'd you say like?
What's the name of the dude from The Little Mermaid? Whatever the fuck he's wearing. You know, he's dressed like that. Yeah, his eyes are interesting.
Prince?
He has like sort of ashen grey eyes, and he's got like light blonde hair. He's got a tattoo running around one of his arms with a serpent's head that comes out onto his hand.
You sold me 10 minutes ago.
And, but he is not even slightly aware of you guys. But yeah, next to him, the tiefling is just shooting daggers at Ricard.
Is the tiefling also chewing as well, like a goat, or just the eyes?
Yeah, and the tiefling has not moved. Is just dead still, watching Ricard. Eyes of a goat. It's like very similar clothing. You get the sense that they probably work a similar job.
Yeah, he seems to know you, Ricard. Maybe you should go say hi.
Very well then. And I approach the tiefling and say, "Hello there. I saw that I caught your eye."
Roll me a charisma check. I just want the immediate aura, you know.
Uh-huh. Well, good thing I'm good at charisma, everyone. Watch this roll. An 8.
The tiefling looks at you and says, "Why are you staring at me?"
Yeah, because you're staring at me.
I caught you staring at me before you started staring at me. I wasn't staring at you. Why are you staring at me?
No, we just had come in and we looked over here and you were staring at me like
I looked up and you were
maybe
looking
there's something
at me.
you
Why?
want to say. What?
Have you got something to say?
Have you got a problem?
Next to him, the sort of the human guy is just sort of like looking between the two. This suddenly happens for him, you know. He's just like, "What the fuck is happening here?" And he says, "Okay, everyone, let's dial it back. Do you know each other?" "No, I don't know him."
Well, no, not yet.
Right.
My
so,
name's Ricard. Ricard Silvertongue.
Good to meet you.
Hi, Rob.
I'm Senna. This is Rummy. Rummy, calm down.
We just killed some baboons.
Yes, he looks at the carcasses of baboons and weasels that whoever is carrying them has strapped to
Definitely
got.
not me.
He says, "Yes, I can see that. Baboons and weasels. I didn't know they had them in this city."
Circus.
Circus, right.
Circus. I missed it. Circus.
I didn't know there was a circus in town.
Oh, they've gone.
He
Right.
left something behind.
Tragic.
And you've been charged with hunting down and killing these rare animals?
Yeah.
Are
Yes.
they trained?
Well, they didn't
In
act
death.
trained.
Or seem vaccinated. You're welcome.
Right. So you're what? Caretakers?
I'm whatever you want. Which one's talking?
Senna, the beautiful human.
The attractive one, right?
Yeah.
I'm whatever you'd like me to be.
Really? Okay.
Yes, darling.
Um.
And I'm like sort of edging out Seth. I'm like standing in front of Seth.
I'm like peering around. Are they smiling?
He-
Completely staring at Santa's eyes, peering around.
He sort of
Shoulder.
glances at you,
Okay.
glances at Seth. His eyes are crazy. The closer you get to him, his eyes are really bizarre. Like the grayness of them from afar kind of just looks like he has fully white eyes, you know. But as you get closer, the grayness gets a little darker, and as you get really close, you can see that they're flecked with sort of a very light golden yellow, kind of a white. It's very, very strange, and you can see that the dots of the gold are like little particles that are moving around in his iris, very slowly and lazily. But it's kind of mesmerizing if you stare at it for a little too long. he
I
says,
move around Ricard and put my hands on the table and like stare into his eyes, like, "Whoa, your eyes are amazing."
I look at her like she has absolutely lost her mind. What are you doing?
Well, look at them. They're. Oh.
Okay, we're going to go now, and I'm trying to pull her away. This is so
resisting.
embarrassing for me. She has no idea how to flirt.
the tiefling is still just staring daggers at Ricard and says, "Don't ever look at me again."
I wink.
What? do you continue to look at him?
Well, I look at him and wink, and then I try to drag away my embarrassing friend.
Yeah, the human Senna sort of turns to the tiefling Rummy and says, "All right, calm down. Just drink your wine. It was lovely to meet you all. Good luck with your animal hunting, circus recapture, killing."
So long,
All
Senna.
right, thank you.
My name's Seth.
Seth, a pleasure.
Seth, let's go. And I drag her towards Bardo.
Yeah, okay. The two sort of like
Dear
you
diary.
walk away. Yeah, you walk away
You
from
stumble.
them. Are you still focused on them, or do you just head straight over to the bar?
I am staring.
I'm not.
Absolutely. Anytime, if we talk to anybody, I don't care. I'm staring at Senna the entire time.
Give me a perception check.
Embarrassing.
Perception. Alright, there it is. Whoa. 7.
Okay, yeah.
Solid 7.
They start talking to one another. Every now and then Rummy shoots a filthy look over towards Ricard, but they sort of begin a conversation. You head over to the bar itself, and
I turn to Seth, who's staring at the man, and I say, "Do you too wish to test your blade against that one with the golden eyes?"
What?
Wait, what? What? No!
What?
You don't need to. What do you mean?
Then
No,
why do you
God,
keep
no.
staring at him?
No, God.
She's issuing a challenge, clearly.
No, God. It's more of like an attraction.
He's
Like
the most attractive
like
man I've ever
mating.
seen.
Yes.
She's
she
mating
wishes
right
to get
now.
to know. Well, no. This is
No!
what comes before that. It's an ancient ritual,
You
and
guys are so
she's very,
embarrassing.
very bad at it. And I'm going to teach her, but not right now. Right now, we've got to give these carcasses to Bardo.
Yeah.
Very well.
okay.
Yes,
Leave your
new guy
weapons
supports me. Let's
alone.
go.
Yeah.
You head past there's sort of a centerpiece to this room, which is just like an enormous round stage which is encircled by tables. As you move around that, you come to the bar, which is pretty massive. It's a sort of a big curved thing that sort of resembles a giant barrel. Dark oak, polished very nicely, gleaming shine. That's right, because he's a jester and it's called the Jester's Barrel. Yeah, that's right. You're keeping up and I'm proud of you. Behind the bar there's just like rows of all these bottles, and there are a few sort of enchanted lanterns as well, which sort of float lazily along the ceiling beams. So even though it's a bright summer's day on the outside, and there is a big sort of crescent shaped beer garden on the edge of the lake as well, on the inside it's predominantly lit by these lazy floating lanterns that move around and provide a bit of a golden light. Bardo is sort of serving some other people for a moment. You hear him conversing about some little, gossip pieces, something about the Jubilee in 3 days, how many people are in town, all these different elites that have showed up. Before eventually he sort of turns, walks past you guys, clocks you, realizes what's going on, and says, "Hey, yeah, you're back. You did it. Great. What's this? You killed them. What was that? What is that?"
Take the corpses off the hooks on my leather armor and drop them on the floor like a cat.
Great.
We've cleared them all out.
I agree, and you brought
I do
them
a little
here.
bow. Well, we just wanted to show proof. We can take them away.
Okay, yeah. You can keep them. I don't want. You can just pick them up.
We at the bar.
Yes, you're at the bar.
Right? Could someone help me?
Uppies.
Do you need help? Is he asking for uppies? I lift him surprisingly easily, I think.
Ooh.
I go to assist, but he's already up.
Bardo says that is you. So if put your friend down on the ground, your again, and I'll show you. If you just kick the bottom of the bar there, chap.
Oh.
You can kick the bottom of the bar,
Here?
and yeah, like the parts of the bar come out like a little mechanical thing. You kick it, press it in slightly, and it comes out, and it's like a little step that you can step up onto and brings you up for small folk.
Thank you. That's
says-
very thoughtful.
Well, yeah, I need to, be paid, so that's how I get people to pay me. So otherwise, I just have to lean over, and I don't want to.
Now I feel bad, and I should probably give you something.
No, I mean, you wouldn't be able to pay for the drink if you didn't.
Oh, I thought he was like.
If
oh,
you
this is so
couldn't
thoughtful,
reach
give
up
some
to
more
me
money.
and I couldn't reach down to you, how do I make my money? That's
Oh.
really so. It's not selfless. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So, Ardo, we completed this task, and well, we
Great.
were wondering if there is any residual payment that you owe us after paying for the table.
Well, you paid for the table by killing these baboons and weasels.
Yes.
Job's a good one. Thank you very much. Enjoy the Jubilee.
All right then. Thank you so much, Bardo.
that makes sense.
So I have to ask, is there any like noise or chimes or da 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 or anything like that, and does our experience go up by say 300?
It doesn't, because this is not a guild.
Side quest.
Son of a bitch.
We managed to side quest the side quest.
You didn't even do a side quest. You did a side quest of a side quest.
No!
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, and I will.
Request.
This is available in your journals. You have very comprehensive journals available to you in here. If you go into
Yep.
your little journal here, I'll show everyone. You can go into guilds. You can go into your quest list, and you'll see that on the quest list it says guilds are the only way you can receive XP. And there's lots of guilds
Excellent.
that are available to you that you can pull quests from. But yeah, you have not completed a guild quest, so you literally don't get any XP for this. You
I put
can
my
do
armor-
quests for people, and when you do quests for people around town, they will give you money, and this is also how you would potentially get like really strong magic items and stuff. If you did a quest for like a wizard or
see.
something. But in terms of like getting XP, the only way you can do it is by having a guild fill out your adventuring.
Right, if you level up.
Yeah, it's if you level.
Sign up on your level.
You need to essentially have your documentation filled out, so you have that paperwork.
Dungeon validated.
It pretty much, yeah. So when an official quest from a recognized guild is completed, it is logged within the guild record and on the adventurer's paperwork. Work from criminal syndicates, evil guilds, or secret guilds are often masterfully forged to appear as if it's completed for a quest. So you could kind of technically do that, but I'm going to say mechanically you can't. But you could say that you were more powerful, you'd earned more renown by doing that, but it wouldn't give you XP. But generally speaking, in terms of the quiet mechanics of the video game, you need to have your a guild fill out your paperwork, and that is what quote unquote XP or renown in the world is, and that's how you become a recognized adventurer and become more profitable and prevalent. So yeah, unfortunately, what you get is the equivalent of table in gold. I think it was about 11 gold was what you owed. So you got 11 gold for this, and then paid it immediately.
Well, excellent work, my friends. And I put my arm around Gott and Seth, and I say, I think the four of us together, including the new guy, I think we can go out there and we can get ourselves a really good quest for some good money now. What do you say?
So am I
I
in?
welcome the challenge.
I think you're in, my friend. You're in, especially if you buy a round of drinks.
I already did that. Another one. Another round. Okay.
Yeah, another round.
Ardo, another round.
Another
for my
round.
Hey.
Bardo
Yeah.
immediately turns around and grabs a few
Adventuring
tankards,
party.
juggles them while he's filling one
Give
of
us
them
the
up.
good
Wow.
table.
The good table. Good table. Sable. And Sable just looks around. There's a few tables and she just points at randomly at one. You know,
That one is
he's like,
in
that's,
half.
there it is. That's the good table. And here are the best
Execute.
tankards. And he provides you with 4 tankards of mead. So please mark off 4 silver each.
Yeah,
No, actually, he said he's paying for it.
I'm paying again.
Oh, you're paying again?
On
Okay,
me.
so 4 silver per
12
yeah, whatever that works out as.
gold, 2 silver.
Yeah, sure. And you you get these drinks poured out. You did not complete a quest during the first episode of Sidequest. You completed a quest. You completed a side quest.
Official. It was a
You-
favor.
I think
did.
we have to
Double
rename the
side.
show.
Quest.
Side quest.
Side quest.
Side quest.
Side quest.
And maybe I can make him.
Side
I
quest.
don't have to do.
There you go.
Yeah, and I think as you guys, we sort of see now as we sort of close out this this episode with the 4 of them moving over to the table, sitting down, sharing their drinks, discussing where they're going to go and what they're going to do next, which I wish I knew for next week, but I don't. I really hoped you'd take a quest this week so that we could I would know what you were doing next week, and I'm essentially going into
We
next
still
week.
can.
No, we can't.
Okay.
And yeah, I think like this, we sort of see you form this group. The 4 of you. You have a 4th member, and while you took a few little bites and scrapes and golden showers, you did successfully defeat, quite a few enemies. You did complete your side quest, and I think that's
Didn't
probably
die.
where we'll close it out. The I think we see the camera sort of pan out of the door. We see Senna and Rummy stand up. The beautiful blonde man. We watch Seth trail him as he walks out the door with his tiefling pal, and the camera follows us out. And all across this city there is residents, tourists, and adventurers living their lives, sort of preparing for the Silver Jubilee in 3 days. We see the great throne room where the King Edmar, sits his head on sort of curled knuckles, smirking at 4 adventurers before him. On a nearby rooftop, the Red Wizard taps his staff, and thousands of small fireflies apparate and spread across the neighborhoods, landing softly and silently onto the shoulders of the people. In the West District, the Seer closes his many eyes and spins a black dagger on his desk. Deep under the city, a twisted beast crawls through the veins of ancient stone, and outside the Jester's barrel, Senna and Rummy turn into a darkened alleyway, and with a flick of his wrist, Rummy drops their magical disguises and they disappear into the gloom. And now it's time for something called Fake It Till You Make It. Now, at the end of every episode of this, I don't know what's about to happen either, by the way. At the end of every episode, until Whack or PB shuts it down, we're doing something called Fake It Till You Make It. I tasked Orcish with coming up with, each week, a fake viral moment from Sidequest that we can put onto TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and stuff to garner and drum up a viral hit, so that when people they're watching their TikTok, they're scrolling through and they see this like random thing that happens, they're like, oh man, I've got to watch this D&D show, and they tune in. Now obviously they're going to be bitterly disappointed when they find out it was just a marketing ploy, but they will be in on the meme every week when they find this part of the stream. Fake it till you make it is happening. Essentially, that's the task I gave Orcish, and I swear to you, apart from a piece of music he sent me, I don't know what he's about to say. This part of the stream is up to him every week. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm busy doing the rest of it.
Yeah. No pressure at all.
At some point during this show, we're going to put one of these out every week until one of them becomes a viral hit and blows the channel up. No pressure on you whatsoever. It will happen. What are we doing? And by the way, players, this is the first they're finding out about this. The other three, he has free reign. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to ask us to do something. It might be like fake a scene. It might be, I don't know. I have no idea what he's going to, it might be an ad read. I don't know what he's going to make us do. So Orcish, take it away. Fake it till you make it 1. What are we doing?
Well, I'm not going to explain anything. We're just going to go right into it. So hit that music, Brad.
Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show where heroes randomly get picked from the audience to come onto the stage and tell us how much magical items are worth. Please welcome our host, Brumgash the Bugbear. That's you, Brad.
Oh, that's me?
Oh, hello. It's me, Brumgash. Welcome to the show.
What's the show called?
We haven't gotten to that part yet. I'm Sir Garrick the Grand. Let's play The Price is Wrong. And always remember, contestants, if you get the price wrong, Brumgash will eat you.
I will eat you. I am hungry.
All right, so let's see who our first contestant is. It's Persephone Agatha Oathsborn Vilderheart. Come on down.
Oh my god, yeah! I never thought I'd have a chance to do anything like this. Oh my, I'm such a big fan, by the way. I love your work. What do I do?
I think you got to tell us how much an item is worth. What's she got to do?
I DM'd you the details of this.
Oh, did you now?
Oh my god, he sent me a whole thing. I've got to read this now. Okay.
I also thought the show was
Persephone
called,
Agatha Oathsborn Vilderheart. It's time for you to guess how much a cloak of protection is worth. It is an uncommon item and it grants +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. How much do you reckon that's worth?
well,
Off the dome.
I've only seen like 1 or 2 of them in my time. Like that.
4,000 gold. 4,000 gold.
1,200.
250 gold?
250 gold? You want to lock that in?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know. Now what?
Please don't eat me.
Does she just have to get it right, or what?
Well, Brumcash, that is clearly wrong, so you have to eat her.
Okay, they have to just get it right first try. Okay. Who's next?
And she's
That's it, that's the end. Good.
That's the end. Oh,
Thanks for watching. The price
wow.
is wrong.
Yay, The Price is Wrong, everyone. Thank you so much for watching The Price is Wrong. Thank you so much for watching.
It should have been called The Price or Smite, personally.
Oh, wow.
I feel like that makes so much more sense.
Next week, maybe. guys, thank you so much for playing, players. Episode 1 of Sidequest is done. This is our new show every Tuesday. We'll see you here live. The YouTube version will go up the day after. Because of Twitch and their changes, there will no longer be collections of VODs on Twitch. They'll be on there for, I think, 30 days or 60 days, and then they vanish. But after that, it is donezo, so you'll have to check out the VOD, which goes up on YouTube around midday Eastern the next day. There will also be podcast versions available on Apple and Spotify at some point. Also, again, tablestory.merch, tablestory.tv/merch, and you'll be able to see some additional content, such as the Session 0 things that I mentioned. 2 of those will go up this week, and then at some point in the future, we'll release the full character creation, so you can see these guys making their characters. Way back when I had nothing written for this as well, it was crazy. Lastly, the Green Room. We do a thing called the Green Room, which goes out on that merch feed as well. It's a bit like a Patreon feed if you've ever used that. And the Green Room will be recorded immediately after this, goes up on their tablestory.tv/merch. And it's just a short 5-10 minute chat immediately after every episode with the cast, and we just talk about what happened in the episode or whatever we want. Sometimes we just talk about the games we're playing. So check those things out if you're interested in seeing those bits and pieces. Thank you so much for watching this stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and this is it, Sidequest.
Sidequest.
Every Tuesday. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and week. Goodbye. Everyone say goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.